Charms. Woo, Crystal Girls just went live. I was actually setting up to do some cop videos. I'll get to those later. Um, Here she is again on a colorist rant about dark skinned women humbling brown skin or vice versa. I don't know. I forgot what the title is, but it is another one of her rants. Let's go. I'm going to start it from the beginning. It started about 3 minutes ago. Here we go.
The one, the only, the notorious, the motherfucking glorious Miss Andress Live.
She's on another
On
colorist
this
rant.
channel, we get all the way funky. You're not gonna find this type of topic nowhere else on the internet. Cause we keep it real and we keep it raw. Now
She just went live. I'm about 3 or 4 minutes behind her.
we got a guest today who, you know, I know this person. I don't want to tell all her business, but let's just say I know this person. Let's leave it at that. And she is. What complexion would you say you are, Cleo? Would you say? Give me a celebrity that I can compare you to.
I guess Regina King.
Regina, yep, you are. You are Regina King's color. Yep, that's a tricky color. I call it caramel. I call it caramel. Okay, look, everybody come running to the chat. Hey, running. All them guilty dark-skinned women, you know who you are. You be trying to humble people. And all of the women that, unfortunately, you were humbled by a dark-skinned woman. Now, I want you to describe, because, you know, a lot of times dark-skinned women, they play the victim role. But a lot of times they throw stones and hide their hands. Now, can you explain your experience with what you described to me earlier? This friend of yours who's dark-skinned, what did she say to you?
She had one about
Well, remind you, this is one of many experiences. So what happened was,
so she had one about poor men. Okay, she had one last night that I missed by 2 hours, and she took that one down too. Well, I tell you, if you're not gonna stand 10 toes down on what you say, don't put it on the internet. Don't put it on the internet. But we know Crystal. She talk first and think later.
And as the more we talked, she would kind of say things. It was like a not nice, nasty, but I saw what she was doing. So she was saying how beautiful I was.
Never changed.
She was comparing me to her aunt. Mind you, her aunt's like Wesley Snipes dark, right?
Oh, hell
she's
no.
Like, you are just...
Wesley,
yeah.
Talk to the phone. Talk nice and loud into the phone.
Yeah, so...
Stirring the pot, yeah.
Her aunt's like Wesley Snipes dark. So she was like, you're just so beautiful. You remind me of my aunt. You and her are the same color. I met the aunt. The aunt's way, which I don't mind. We're not saying that that's the issue, but that's just what it is. So I'm like, why does she keep saying that? And I'm like, she's closer to her aunt's color. So I'm just nodding and listening. And then she says, yeah, because growing up, you know, she's the type she'll cut you off when you're trying to talk. She's like, yeah, growing up, I used to think I was so dark. And people be like, no, you're not that dark. You know, you're not that dark. You light. And she's darker than me. So I'm like, okay. The more conversations we had, I started seeing what it was. I'm like, okay.
So you say you started seeing what it was. So basically, she tried to elevate herself by making herself appear lighter.
Yeah. And
she's trying to make it seem like you're darker.
Yeah. Oh, you're so dark and pretty, but you know what's crazy? I used to think I was dark like you, but I'm not.
You lying? She said that.
That's how you sum it up. That's how I summed it up. Because he's comparing me to your aunt. Your aunt's way darker than me. I wouldn't mind being that color, but you know, I'm not that. I'm not your aunt's color.
And her aunt's color is the color of Wesley Snipes or Eddie Murphy.
Right. So understanding the history between black people and colorism, I already knew what was going on.
This is crazy.
if, for those of you who don't know, Crystal Swirl's oldest son that she claimed is dead to her, they look just alike. If you just, put a wig on, put a baseball cap on, and put a beard on her, and they look just alike. And she had Angelo because she thought her son was, dark skinned, so she wanted to find herself a light skinned man to have a kid with. But her and her oldest son are the same shade, but she thinks that he was dark, and I think that's why she likes to classify herself as peanut butter. She don't like black women, period. But they over there, they steady listen to her, even when she talks shit about them. Makes no sense.
If we didn't have the history of colorism that we did, I would have thought, okay, maybe she's just
Hey,
colorblind or
Storm.
something. But knowing how things used to be,
Hey, Lovely. Hey,
and how
Cleo.
things are, how black
Everybody.
people are obsessed with color, I was like, okay, because girls have different ways of playing with you. They like, you know what I mean? They got new ways that they think you're too dumb to pick up on, but I picked up on it.
So, was that your only experience, like with people trying to humble you and throw you in the dark skin category?
No. My kid's father one time, he loves to complain about dark-skinned women and black women. His family is the type to be like, oh, thank
Lovely.
God my kids are light-skinned. They were so grateful, like as if I wasn't sitting there. So one time we were at dinner, and he was talking about someone. He was like, yes, and he called me dark-skinned. And his cousin and I are the same color, and the cousin looked at me weird. And he was like, you consider Cleo dark-skinned? He was like, yeah. Because he's light-skinned himself, He's not that light, but
still. You're right, Storm.
But yeah, they try to use it as a weapon. And then when I think about it, I'm like, so what do you really think of dark-skinned people if you're trying to weaponize the tone of their skin against me to try to humble me? Like, why is that even a weapon?
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? How dark-skinned people get treated.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We understand how dark-skinned people get treated, so I understand why they weaponize it.
Why do we do this?
Okay, so basically they doing this to mostly the women.
She grew up.
They don't do this shit to the men, I noticed. Now, I would say I'm about the same, maybe I'm a little bit lighter than Will Smith.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
hang on, definitely.
I'm between Will Smith's color and Jada.
Here she go.
Pinkett Smith's color. I'm between those two complexions. They're very close. They run neck to neck in complexion. Okay. Now, why would people consider Will Smith to be light-skinned? But me and Will Smith are close in complexion, and they would call me brown skin. Or they would say some shit like, but Crystal, you're not light-skinned. But Will Smith is?
Who cares?
Right. Again, darkness is used as a weapon against black people because they know the darker you are, the less desired you are within the black community. So everyone knows that. So when you look at a woman, and remember, women don't like women and men don't like women.
Crystal pretty much said that when she was talking about the dark-skinned slaves out in the field, and her with her peanut butter skin was going to be in the big house with the white master. Do y'all not remember that over? Ugh.
Nobody really likes women. So when they say that, they know what they're doing. Because they know when they tell a woman how dark she is, it might hurt her because it's been said that, the dark you are. Remember in the 80s, I know they treated dark-skinned girls like the boys would date them, but not in public. They wouldn't take them outside. So when they call a man light-skinned, they're trying to make him feel bad and soft. But see, they comparing light-skinnedness with being soft.
Just started.
So for a man, it's an insult, but for you, you don't get to be soft. You're dark and rough. That's what they're trying to say. This is the mentality of these people.
Damn. So basically, a woman that is on the brown skin side or whatever, black people, we come in so many different shades. But I do notice that a lot.
And peanut butter ain't one of them.
Dark-skinned women, they try to humble the brown-skinned women. I noticed that a lot. And what they try to also do is they try to sneak in the back door with the color. They try to
Yeah.
act like, oh, I'm brown skinned. Knowing good and damn well you're milk chocolate. You're not brown skin. Brown skin is
Right.
like Mary J. Blige. Hold on.
Right. Mary J.
We gonna merge this shit. Cause this is a sensitive topic, y'all.
Red. She has red skin. She could wear any color hair. She could wear green, blue, purple, pink, orange, yellow.
Who we got? Who we got calling out the
Why would
202?
you want to do that?
What's up? What's up? What's up? How we doing?
How we doing? We good. We good. We having a very sensitive.
Let me guess. This is her. This is Mikey T. He's always calling in. I swear, I bet she called him, hey, I'm going to go live. Give me about 10, 15 minutes, and then you call in. He's always around. I think this is Mikey T. Hey, Polar Bear. Dan?
Topic here, and I think I saw your. I'm glad you're calling in because we got a male perspective. I saw your picture before. You sent me your picture. How now they don't. You don't go through this. You're on the. Would you consider yourself caramel?
You've seen his picture. Mm. Which head did you see? Which head did you see, Crystal?
In the caramel club?
No, I'm like a little darker than that. I'm like,
You
I
just
need
made
to
the brown
see
skin category.
like Usher or like that color, that brown, that regular black person color, just regular, not caramel, not brown, just like
Oh, okay.
not extra
Okay, but
dark, but
Usher is a deep caramel, sweetheart. Okay.
yeah.
I don't see anybody pushing the dark skin label on you black males when you are in the Usher category of color.
I mean, because the darker
Talk
the
nice
male,
and loud. Talk nice and
Because men do not worry about stuff like this. This is, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is just women doing this brown, light, white, yellow, red bone stuff. Men don't do this. Not that I know, not that I'm aware of.
loud.
I'm gonna speak. You can't hear me.
I know
I said
you're
the dark.
glad you get
Yeah,
away
but the
from
darker,
CS.
the
She's
darker
lost
black
her
males are
mind.
the most desirable. That's different for the man. It's more masculine. So the lighter you are, the less respect you get. The darker you are, the more respect you get.
Exactly. That's why they always consider.
I don't know about that. I think there's a middle ground. Okay.
No, that's
Okay, I do remember there was a time when the light skinned guys were in and the dark skinned guys were in. At one point in time, they did have that. I forgot.
Well,
but that's
I
why.
think colorism at the end of the day trumps, and I think these men they don't want to be dark skinned. Okay, they want to be in a safe brown category. Let's just keep it real. Okay.
No, I mean, no.
No.
Well, I've seen it myself. Dark skinned guys, as long as they're handsome, they get with white girls, anybody. They associate dark skin with being more masculine. That's why even as a brown girl, when I'm around white men that try to act hood
What
and
the
like
fuck,
black
y'all
girls, but
sitting
they'll
there
still insult
differentiate
you at
the
the same
black?
time, they
Real,
keep calling me a thug and
they're
saying
doing that
I'm
over
hood
there.
and I'm tough. And I'll sit there with a dress on with my skirt and my legs crossed, but because I'm brown or darker, they expect me to act crazy and act ghetto.
Crystal has to do this 2, 3 times a year just to keep rocking the boat. Is that why she hates dark skinned women? Because they can wear any color? She's not wrong, though. They're beautiful. Yeah, anybody can, but I mean, I'm not a fan of the rainbow color, the blues and the orange and green. That's just not natural hair color to me, no matter who wears it. And blonde, don't get too blonde, in my opinion. But you do what you do.
Another thing too, I'm not a porn watcher. I don't watch porn, but even like the porn, it's like they get the lily white girls and they get the biggest, jacked up, muscle bound black doctor, dark skinned dudes. That got another effect on like the masculinity too, with sports and everything else.
Yes.
Everything. So yeah, that's like always been a plus for like a black man. Not as women say like I'm tall, dark, and handsome. You never hear them say anything else. Like they might want like a light skinned dude for a pretty baby, a designer baby or something, but for the most part, it's always been tall, dark, and handsome.
So
Yeah.
so
That's why down in the Dominican Republic,
as a brown skinned man, because y'all are quiet. When you see these darker skinned men call light skinned men weak, soft, punk, you guys are quiet.
She's live now,
And I think
Anastasia.
because you got just enough color that you don't get bullied by the dark skinned men. I could be wrong.
I'm saying no, but I mean the only tough light skinned dudes I know, like light skinned dudes who grew up in the hood projects, are like trick babies. Them dudes ain't nobody to play with, but and it's kind of because more often than not, them extra light skinned dudes, they're not really the
You
toughest
think they
dudes.
look
That's just
younger?
the way it is.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not that many of them anyway. So there's more brown to dark dudes, and light skinned dudes probably make up what, like, out of all the black dudes in America, maybe like what, 25% maybe? 20%?
yeah.
Not that many light skinned dudes to start off with.
Okay,
Or
so now
mixed
this is
boy.
telling. This is telling because now you told on yourself because you black men are running around. Pretty much, you're dating Becky right now. Okay, Becky, you're dating Maria, and non-black women you're dating, and you're making biracial children that are light skinned. So I don't understand your mentality of there's not a lot of light skinned dudes. Oh, not maybe before, but not no more because of your choice.
Hello, Malik.
You're making more light skinned men. So make it make sense. So because you're brown skin, it seems to me like you got just as much of a fucked up mindset as a dark skinned dude. You are delusional. These light skinned dudes are starting to outnumber you.
Yeah, you're right.
I've been seeing more light skinned girls than light skinned boys.
Yeah, but now the light skinned dudes are getting a little bit more masculine. Like you see a lot of light skinned dudes in sports now, basketball, and it's a little different now than like back in the '90s or early 2000s. But they're getting a little tougher. But it is a rise in interracial marriage with black men and other races. That's why you're starting to see so much. So. But I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. But
so whose side are you on? It seems to me like you're on the dark skinned guy's side.
I'm not on nobody's side.
Because to me, it seems like you got a little something against light skinned men. Oh, there's not that many of them. Oh, there's more of us.
I don't.
So this is what I'm talking about. It
Thank
seems
you,
like the
Cleo.
dark skinned men and the brown skinned men, they're teaming up to join forces. So because they know they fucked up. They know by interracially dating, okay, they know that they're making light-skinned men. They realize that. So now what they trying to do, they trying to change the goalposts and make it seem like, we safe, we good. There's not that many light-skinned niggas. But you're actively wiping out your kind by going.
But Crystal, you have a mixed race child yourself who happens to be a boy. What are you talking about?
With
No, you're not white.
non-black women, you are making more light-skinned men. So what are you talking about?
You made one.
But they still black, and then you got to realize where I'm from. I live in D.C. now, but I'm from South Carolina, so it's a whole lot more interracial relationships in the South Carolina than in D.C. It's more white women, black men in South Carolina. And in the Northeast, you got like a lot of white men with black, but it's only like a small group. But it seems like you got way more light-skinned dudes in the Northeast than in the South. That's what I noticed too.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not, I think the light-skinned dudes in the South are a little bit tougher, and the light-skinned dudes in the Northeast are a little bit more feminine. So that's why I'm saying it's still not West Coast. I don't know. I don't really go to the West Coast that much, but you got like a lot of.
I don't. Well, I mean, I don't think it's light skin this or dark skin that. It's about where you grow up. It's you're a product of your environment. Who is this guy? I think that's Mikey T. He's always calling in.
I mean, of course out there it's like because it's not that much blacks out in the West. But it all depends on what region you went to.
Can I ask you a question? And this is a
Before she gets to that question, let me ask y'all something. Do y'all remember the guy? Put a one in the chat if you remember. Crystal Swirlz had met this guy, and she gave him her phone number, and she decided to call him live and not let him know. And when they got to talking, he bought his mom's house because she was about to lose it, and so he was saying that his mom lives with him, and Crystal was like, "No, you live with your mom." Do y'all remember that guy? I think he said he was a teacher or real estate. This sounds like him. This Mikey T person sounds like that guy. Do y'all remember him?
little bit goofy. Have you ever been called dark skin?
You thought she hated men? Oh,
Yeah,
she swear.
Oh my god.
I have.
That is so cringe. I'm sorry.
Okay, Wanda,
I
you
saw your
remember?
picture.
Yeah, I think this is that guy. No, no, my mom lives with me. Why do you keep saying that? I bought her house and she lives with me. This is that guy. The voice sounds the same. Remember, she talking about I'm not excited about him calling. Then when he did, woo, her face lit up. I think this is Mikey T. I think that's that caller,
You're right. You're like the same exact color as
which
Usher.
means she's been talking to him ever since.
Listen, I have a problem with that. Okay, because to me, you are not
She's
dark
cool with me
skin.
because she's
And
hoping
so
that
if
one
you
would be
rep an
dumb
A brand,
financial supporter. Yep.
then you basically trying to replace what a dark skinned person looks like. So basically, that's a slap in the face. That's like, so they're not gonna have no representation. It's almost like saying you don't matter, you don't exist. This is what we want dark skin to look like. And if you're the true dark skin, fuck you. We're gonna replace you. We're gonna destiny swap with you. We know these women admire dark skinned men, so we're gonna be the new dark skinned man. So I wonder how the real dark skinned men feel about that.
Dark skin for me is Wesley Snipes, Bernie Mac. That's dark skin.
That's what I'm saying. You're not in that category.
Brown, and then yeah.
I don't understand.
Light brown, but I don't really get into this color stuff. But
you don't want to get into it, but it's there in your face. And have you ever been humbled by somebody? And because I've seen your picture. Okay, you're around the same complexion as Usher. Okay, which means you got some kind of privilege. You're not at the bottom of the food chain. Okay, so have you ever, by calling yourself dark skinned, and there's nothing wrong with being dark skinned, but you are actively taking away your privilege. Do you realize that?
I never looked at it like that because I think I'm like in a safe space because I'm kind of tall, I'm like 6'2", and I'm muscular too. So I'm in a tip-top physical condition. I'm like in the perfect bracket for a black man. So I don't know. I guess I'm in a safe area.
How do light-skinned men treat you?
It's like anybody else. I don't get no special treatment.
There be bitch ass niggas that make it a big deal. Usually men, they don't care about. Men are simple. They just want to ask and they just want to relax.
I think this colorism thing, it seems to be more of a woman problem than a man problem. Because
like I was saying,
as a brown skinned man, nobody humbles you. You don't got no issues.
I'm going to turn to the chat over here so y'all can see what they're talking about if you're looking at the screen.
The light and the feminine thing, boys, it's harder too because what they don't talk about is when it comes to pedophilia and stuff, they do like, a lot of fathers who have light-skinned boys, they worry about them. That's why down in Dominican Republic, everyone's light-skinned and pretty. Those men, they can't keep their hands off them little boys.
Yeah.
You got some black ones, and you go to Dominican, you got some black ones down there. This is black as Haitians, but that's not the majority. Most of them got that. They like crystal color. Most of them.
Yeah, they look like Arab.
Yeah, but you could tell.
Most of the Dominicans, they come
ask you another question. Why do y'all black men do that? Why do some of y'all try to humble women? My Cleo's complexion, okay, and some of y'all, I've seen some of y'all consider her dark. Y'all call her chocolate and all this old dumbass shit. And even Brad does that.
Wait a minute. Chocolate is some dumbass shit, but peanut butter's not. You're the only one that uses
And
that.
I gotta correct
bullshit.
them. Like, where the fuck is she chocolate though? Where?
I mean, I mean,
That's all the friends. Yeah, that white boy kept calling me a thug. He kept saying I'm thugged out. And I wasn't saying anything or doing nothing. He just kept calling me a thug.
who was that?
There's some white guy, you could tell he wanted to be black, but he kept saying I'm thugged out. Oh, you thugged out. I'm like, okay, can you get away from me?
Well,
Thugged out.
I think it's based on behavior because you see like a lot of, especially up there in New York or the northeast, well, anywhere period, the south period, the dark chicks, the little skinny, they do a lot of fighting. And they kind of, I seen that in school growing up. They beat up they pick on the little mixed girls and light skinned girls because they were getting prettier. So that's what it starts at. That's what it
That happened a
starts.
lot in the 80s, especially up here in New York. You could be light skinned and just get jumped. Jump just because you light skinned or because you have long hair or because your hair is real, they'll jump you.
And we've seen this.
Or guys, they'll date a dark skinned girl and then they won't date her in public. They'll hide her. She'll be like, how come we never go on dates? And he's not gonna tell her because she's dark. That happened a lot in the 80s.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Well,
Take the light skinned girl out, hide the black one.
now I think now if you dark and you can be prettier than a light skinned girl, but those ones like that, are like them Kenya Moore types,
Yeah.
or like the what's the other dark skinned pretty girl like Tim's or something like that, or I mean you got to be a real nice looking dark skinned girl.
Yeah. You remember when guys used to say if you're gonna be dark, you gotta at least have a fat ass and a nice body if they're gonna deal with you?
Oh, like that. They keep saying that girl Alejandra. She got a nice body, but she don't really look that good to me though. She looks right.
Buffy the body too. The average face, but it's because of her body.
Yeah. But then she got a nice little slim body with a nice little breast and everything is proportionate, but she not
Crystal
that
must
pretty.
be washing dishes. I hear water.
But I've heard men say that. They be like, she ain't pretty, but she got the body.
Yeah. And that body makes up for a lot. So you got a banging body. You don't really got to be that pretty. It don't matter what shade you are. You don't really got to be that pretty in the face, but that body makes up a lot.
Yeah, you just gotta look fuckable.
damn. Y'all hear this shit? This is cringe. So, you gonna acknowledge the fact that many black males, they try to humble black women with colorism. And they'll say stuff like, but you're not light-skinned. I notice a lot of black males do that too.
Yeah.
To women.
I mean, we passed that point in history though. It's like it's not even. I think we passed that point.
How can we be past that point when in your music, several times everything is yellow bone this and red bone that?
Yeah, they so sad.
Only Boozy was saying that.
That was in the
Only
80s,
what?
Crystal.
Although Lil Wayne and Boozy, the only two rappers I've ever heard say that. That's only two.
90s.
You are really, you are so delusional.
No,
Like, how you gonna say those are the only two rappers that say yellow bone and red bone? That's all you hear throughout the whole fucking. Oh my god.
Chris Brown can't stand darkies. You see how he pushes them to the side when it comes to
I'm saying, yeah, they say that they say that about him, but I never heard him say that in his songs. Even with they were saying that about Michael B. Jordan when he used to do little parties and had white girls only when he first came up 50 years ago. But I mean, that's gonna be the vast majority. and you're going to naturally just get things that she's not used to, being around you. And there are some nice looking white women out there. When you get up to them levels, all races, you got about 7 to 8 different races trying to get with you. So, I mean, that's just the way it is.
And I notice that I party a lot, and I notice black guys that prefer white girls, they'll be mean to me. Like I was hanging out with these people for dinner, and I was the only black girl there, and he was just so nasty to me, and he was just talking down to me. And it happens a lot. Or sometimes if I come around, they'll snicker at each other and turn their heads if they with a group of white girls.
What do you do about it?
How come y'all don't give Drake all that smoke with the women thing? Because he's slick. He'll go for some I don't know, because he done done all type of chicks, some little porn chicks, and like he'll have fun with the black chicks, and he'll go run back.
But take the white girl serious.
Yeah, right. Have a baby.
Right.
Yeah, you don't give Drake no smoke for that. I think he the number one.
Yeah, and you're right. These people act like they don't notice that. I notice that shit. I'm like, I notice when you hide the black girl, like I was saying, but you marry the white girl and take her outside. They don't seem to notice that. I guess they feel like if you're fucking with the black girl, I'm like, y'all don't see it. She's just successful when the white girl gets to be seen outside.
Because he done hit a bunch of them little IG models and little chicks raw.
I don't follow celebrities like that.
And he don't get no smoke for his little because he be dumpster diving.
Yeah, that's what Johnny Blaze said too. She said I shouldn't have touched that man. She said I regret it.
He be hitting them chicks raw with no condom.
Yeah.
He don't get no smoke though.
No.
What's the other girl with the big butt, the BBL? Look like a little I don't mean to disrespect her. Look like a little she looked like a little donkey. Is Amina or but she got like some crazy. She got that crazy extra big
in the body. Yeah. She be on baddies and stuff.
And they be doing all type of OnlyFans with random, and he done smash all them chicks raw.
So I want to ask you a personal question.
Nastiest one.
Let's get to Buffy the Body.
I'll keep you on the back.
Let's get to Buffy the Body. Would you consider her? Would you consider her brown skin or would you consider her dark skin?
No, that's the dark skinned woman.
Wow. And that same person.
Listen.
I don't know who that is.
A black man, you would call him brown skin if he was Buffy the Body's color.
Listen. She used to go with Gucci Man, right? They're like the same damn complexion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dark skinned woman. That is a dark skinned woman.
Yeah, you can see it in the pictures.
Yeah, that's a dark skinned woman. Now she's starting to lose weight. She's doing a workout. Looks like she gets a little bit lighter.
Cleo agrees, Crystal. You're not gonna say anything about that.
She said she mentioned it one time and never said it again. They were like, "How do you get your butt so big?" She mentioned something about chicken pills. Because down south, them girls be having secrets that everyone in America don't know about. You know what I mean?
Can I what's up with you black men? You treating brown skinned women better than the dark skinned ones?
No, like I said, I'm not a colorist. I like a nice body and just a regular face. You can. I'm not. If you look like a supermodel, you don't really have a banging body. I'm not really gonna be interested. I like a back.
She's not going to get the response she wants from Mikey T. She needs to call somebody else who's going to talk the shit she wants them to talk, because Mikey T is not going to do that. He's already explained himself.
I think the body is a little bit more important to me. But yeah.
You still didn't answer the question.
No, that's what I say. I never treated nobody like nothing. I treat everybody equally. Cause I had some red chicks.
I don't know.
I had some little rough looking, little skinny red bones or some little pudgy red bones mixed with black and white. I had some just regular black chicks.
And I'm gonna ask another question. How come these dark skinned women, they are not being delusional about being treated unfairly, okay, and being treated fucked up. And it's largely because of black men. You leave them out of your music videos. You don't give them the lead role as a love interest. You, a lot of y'all, you made it clear to the world that they're not your preference for the overall. So they feel some type of way about. But do you have an apology for dark skinned women?
But in your own live streams, Crystal, you laughed that they weren't being picked in the videos. You laughed about that. So you're no better than these men that you're talking that Mikey T obviously is not.
You know what I'm gonna say to that? Like I said, I'm from South Carolina, right? Now, I think a lot of colorism comes from dark skinned black women.
What?
I mean,
wow.
Yes, I think I've heard stories like Crystal. My father's like a little bit lighter than you. My mother's real dark, like Wesley Snipes dark. But I've heard I've heard some real sick stories from what women went through back then, and I've heard some things in a certain family member's household about how the dark-skinned black women got treated back in the days. So I think that comes from all that comes from black women. To be honest with you, for the most part.
So wait, so black men don't have no. They don't have no sex.
Like
He said most, not
dark
all.
skinned women all these years. You saying it's dark skinned women's fault? It's not black men's fault.
Listen.
Not what he
You
said.
know the famous story. Everybody heard the story about Beyonce's father and what kind of
Kelly
he was looking for. What type? Who you think put that in his head to think like that? You like a black country dude, and he said something about picking her because of her skin complexion, her green eyes, or something. Who do you think planted that in his head?
Black men.
No, I think the mother, because I've heard the stories I've heard. Only person when a baby comes out, who calls the baby ugly or the baby gonna be light or hope the baby gonna look like this or look like that? Who
they be obsessing over it.
It don't be the men. The men just want 5 fingers, 10 toes, 10 fingers, and healthy. It be the women.
Oh my God.
Tell me I'm lying.
I am
right,
so
but where
glad
did the
that
women
you
get
the show? So black see that they ladies, what they're trying to do is they're trying to take the way they treated dark-skinned black women this whole time, and they trying to blame the dark-skinned black woman for her own mistreatment. That's what it sounds like to me. So you mean to tell me y'all did not actively in your music videos on television, in the overall black community and black culture, you don't think black men had any part in shunning dark-skinned black women?
Not as much as black women did. I think black women. I put like 70% of the blame on them and 30% on black men for carrying it on. I say 70-30.
Could this
From the
be
stories I've heard.
Way putting women against other women?
No, it's the truth.
Crystal, you yourself got with a specific skin color of a man so that you can have the perfect skin color of a child, and you wanted a girl but you got a boy, so you yourself are guilty of what you're trying to get him to take accountability for. You had another child because the first one was dark, although he's the same complexion as you. But you wanted a light-skinned child. And you got one, along with some other stuff.
It's the truth.
I see a lot of it, and maybe it's because I'm from New York, but I've seen a lot of it come from the men. Like sometimes I'll be on a bus and I hear teenage boys talking about the girls they like, and they will out loud talk about who's light skinned. They be like, I don't like her, she's dark skinned. I've heard it so many times. Sorry.
Thank
I
you.
feel all the time. And women behave based on what men like and don't like.
Yes.
Because if men were to disappear from the planet, women wouldn't get surgery anymore and they wouldn't be lightening their skin because there's no one to impress.
And women, and that's bullshit that women are doing it for other women. These women are doing it to get a pat on the head from black men.
Yeah.
Because for so long, and you even had these niggas saying, dark bitches bring dark days. What happened to that? Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, you
know,
laughing
like
now.
I said.
Okay. I gotta laugh at you.
Like I said in the 80s, a lot of, I wasn't born, but a lot of stories I heard from older people, they'd be like, yeah, and he wouldn't take me, that documentary, Dark Skin Girls, like, yeah, I had a boyfriend, he was so nice, but he just would never take me out. And a lot of them had that story. He wouldn't take me outside. And he'd be like, how come you never take me out? We always got to go to your house. And he'll have some stupid excuse. But when he dates a light-skinned girl, she's all out in the bowling alley and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they'd be like, you little black ass.
Now, let's go back to what you said about the BBL.
Talk a little bit louder.
Now, I said, let's go back to the BBLs. Now, who told them to start? Nobody asked for that. No black man ever in history has said, man, I want a woman with a cartoon body. Nobody asked them to do that 15 years ago, right?
They didn't have to ask for it.
No.
That's what they lust after.
No, but I'm saying, no. Nobody lust. In the 90s, 80s, nobody looked like that. Most of the women you've seen on TV had like an athletic, slim, petite build. Small titties, small waist. 120 pounds, 30 pounds,
you see how Tyrone,
pretty face.
You see how sneaky Tyrone is? We talking about colorism.
They're not going to show.
No.
And now he's talking about body type. You see these niggas?
No. Look,
okay.
Listen. Go to your grandmother's house. Go to your aunt's house. Look at them. Everybody looked at it.
He's right. People weren't getting their butts done and stuff, but people back then, automatically, if a woman had a big behind, everybody knew that was, it wasn't spoken about a lot, but a girl with a big butt, she did always get the attention. And they didn't put that on TV because that's a black woman's body. They would never put up a thick, dark-skinned girl with a big breast and big butt. They always put something closer to the archetype of a white woman.
And let's talk about how these...
light skin, not too curvy.
Let's talk about how these...
But in real life, the women...
Hello? Let's talk about how these black men, y'all got these black women so fucked up in the head. This is the way dark-skinned women think. They think, okay, Tyrone likes a big butt. He likes the hourglass shape. So I'm dark-skinned, but I could at least be put... I will at least get treated better if I get a BBL. So he'll go, okay, she's dark-skinned, but she got that fatty. She's dark-skinned, but she got that... Yep, that's how y'all niggas are. Yeah, and don't fucking lie. Do not lie.
I've heard it a lot. I've heard it a lot.
I've seen... You put her next to a BBL woman these days, she'll look way different. She'll look because that was natural. And she just had a little extra curvy, but these women look ridiculous compared to her.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They look ridiculous.
Yeah, because they're trying to fit in.
BBLs are out of control.
Nobody asked these women to do that. That's why they get clowned. They had the memes. Some of them look like the little ant from Buzz Life. Some of them look like Donkey Kong. They had all type of little memes and getting the BBL and going back to the projects is, crazy work. So they've been getting fun for like they just won't stop doing it.
But y'all didn't have to ask for it. This is what I'm trying to say.
And just because being asked for it don't mean you had to do it.
Yeah. Women see what men like. We didn't need you to say, I need you to get a BBL and get your ass fat. Once we see what you like, women try to go for it. You get what I'm saying? That's why you have some women, when they see a certain woman getting more attention, and they try to dress like her or they're mean to that woman. So even in my grandma's day, when she has a big old behind, a lot of older women I know with big backsides, the men went crazy for that back then. So other women see that. Naturally, men want curves. They want big titties. Other women see that. So when the opportunity came, they were like, okay, now I can get that body because I see that's what they like.
Forget the TV. With this whole BBL thing. these dark-skinned women, imagine being dark-skinned, right? And you ain't got no ass. Y'all treat them horrible. Can we talk about that?
I'm seeing
you
it.
quiet now, huh? Okay.
You right.
This is how they think. I'm dark-skinned. There's nothing I can do about that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get me a BBL so Tyrone could like me. Cause we all know that Tyrone, he will give you a free pass if you got a fat ass. Come on.
And that's why you're so desperate to keep yours. You won't lose weight.
He will give you a free pass if you got a fat ass. And that could be why a lot of dark-skinned women, they feel like, okay, you'll like me if I got a fat ass, you'll overlook my dark skin. That's how a lot of them think. And it has a lot to do with how black men treat them.
That's what I was saying earlier. I've heard black men say out their mouth, because I used to hang out in the barbershop sometimes, and they'd be like, if she dark-skinned, she gotta have a butt. I heard it so many times. Wow. I heard it so many times. You gotta have a butt. Yeah, you can't look like Vivian and Viv. If you're gonna be in Viv, you better be stacked for me to have to deal with that dark skin. Is that dark
She
skin?
said Aunt Viv from the Fresh Prince. Yeah.
Now listen,
and they didn't put her with a black. They didn't put her with a black man. A dark man, did they? Just like Bill Cosby, he didn't get a dark wife. You know what I mean? But he's already brown.
Yeah, but Aunt Viv was like she's one of them physically fit. Like Pam from Gina and Martin. Pam just had like, she was fit, had like a little bit of sex appeal. So if you was dark with sex appeal, you would get a pass.
But this, no. How you gonna compare Aunt Viv? How you gonna compare Aunt Viv to goddamn Pam from Martin? Pam from Martin is not the same color as her. Pam is in a brown skin category.
He said physically.
But this is what I noticed.
It was the same
some of you black males.
No.
You try to humble brown skinned black women and call them dark skinned. And you know good and damn well that they not dark skinned. Why do y'all do that?
No, they are in the same, because you remember when Aunt Viv, she used to be like on a show, like a ballet dancer.
You said doesn't that apply to all women, not just skin color? What part are you talking about? Being the physically fit?
Something, right?
Yeah.
Like a little So that she was in that category, like the athletic dark skin. Those women got passes back in the day. That was like the 90s archetype. 120 pounds, athletic. You got a pass back then. Like I said, everybody, aunt, mama, grandmama, you would have the pictures. I'm saying this is real life. That's how they look in real life.
You niggas always listen.
Yeah, being physically
If she got a fat ass, she got a pass. That has never went away. It has always been that way. Why are you lying? You niggas never fuck with no goddamn dark-skinned, athletic, nothing. Stop it.
No.
Like big butts. Listen, it wasn't about big butts. That's like a new phenomenon. That it was never about that. Nobody really had no.
Sir Mix-a-Lot said it in 1991. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. That's 1991.
Look.
Even in slavery, that's what niggas wanted. The big
but I'm saying though,
big round, they go crazy.
I'm glad you brought up Sir Mix-a-Lot. Listen. Now look at that video. The woman was in shape. Empty Hammer girls all up had the same frame. 5'2", 5'3", 125. They looked like little athletic runners. There wasn't no big old butts and no big old titties, just like being petite and in shape. Now you wore like a little outfits and make it look curvier, but there was no big butts like that back then. Think about it.
No, they were, but they didn't put them on TV. See, that's why Jewish people, they don't have TVs in their home, because TV shapes people's reality. But when you go on the block in the hood, the girl with the big butt, everyone's staring. But white people weren't going to put that on the TV.
Yes.
They're not going to put that on the TV. So
and you know what? I know this too. Let's talk about reality. Because what the dark-skinned women would do, the dark-skinned women with the big butt, She feels like she could walk next to you if you light skinned and you ain't got that much butt. She feels like, yeah, bitch, I got you now, ho. I look good too.
Yeah.
And they hollering at me. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
Yeah.
Every time Crystal speaks, what comes out of her mouth? The dark skinned woman this, the dark skinned woman that. Oh, she's on that dark skin hatred train again. Oh boy.
I have to.
That's the only
Like,
way
I
that
may
these
be
dark skinned
dark,
women
but
had any self esteem was because you put her self esteem in her butt cheeks. And now you.
And your 60-inch ass don't have no self esteem. That's why you always talking about tiptoeing around a man so he don't beat you. Tiptoe around the man this, tiptoe around man. Yo, what is your 60-inch? What has your 60 inches done for you, Crystal?
You niggas want to act like, oh my God, the BBL. Shut the hell. You know good and damn well why these women are running to get a big ass. You did this to them. You did this. Tyrone.
No, they did it to themselves. They did it to themselves.
Wow.
Nobody told them
Black
to do
women,
that.
y'all listening? Okay.
Let me ask you a question. What did they achieve the last 15 years from doing that? They got women taking, because they ain't achieved nothing. You got the celebrities taking their BBLs out. They taking them out, talking they going to get I'm saved now, and everybody done ran through, so they ain't really achieved nothing.
Yeah, they didn't achieve anything because that's not white culture. Hollywood is white culture. Even black Hollywood is white culture. But Zeus Network and baddies and stuff, that's
The hell
those
happened?
were white men. That's why the Kardashians, the white people, they didn't respect. They're not that white, but then you have your butt done too. And Kim, she's real, but we all seen the before and after pictures. We seen you without the butt.
And not only that, y'all do it in your comedy jokes. Okay, you black males, I see you on Def Jam Comedy talking about, yo, y'all black women, y'all better tighten up. Because these white women, they got booty now. Hello? You didn't see that joke on Def Jam? And he was trying to make black women feel insecure. Like, oh, y'all better kiss our ass and put it our shit. Because these white girls got donkey dunks now.
Uh-huh. I remember that.
So stop acting like you don't know, please. Stop playing mind games with these women. Because what you're doing is you're pitting women against women. But we're not going to let you go and
You're pitting women against
take
women.
dark-skinned women and act like they are the cause of their own abuse. Okay? Tyrone, you played a big role in the low self-esteem of dark-skinned black women. And I'm putting you on blast now, and I'm glad you called in, and I want black women to see for yourself that Tyrone will blame you for the colorism. He will say, black women got a bigger role to play in colorism than black men do. Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen it, heard it.
Talk louder. We can't hear you.
I said because I just feel like it comes from an inferiority complex that they have growing up.
Who made them feel inferior?
Who made them feel that way? Black men.
Women don't just do this out of nowhere. This wasn't just a woman thing because women aren't attracted to each other. Women watch who the men really want. Just like even back then in my grandma's day, she had a big old behind and people preferred her more. You know what I'm saying?
And my grandmother was what? I'm the lightest of her grandchildren, and I look more like my grandmother. And my grandma's like two shades lighter than me, and she was the preference back then, and she's the preference now. Okay?
And she had loose curl pads. She's a biracial.
So my thing is,
I just feel like nowhere. And then you had grandparents. They would treat the kids according. They still do it now, especially in the West Indies. They're mean to the dark kids, but nice to the light skinned kids.
I just seen too. Like y'all confirm what I say. I seen too much of that growing up. Even newborn babies being born, a baby didn't even get here yet. They talking about how dark the baby gonna be.
Okay,
even
but Tyrone, you acting like you so innocent, right, Tyrone? Because you represent Tyrone, the black man. Okay, but you going out with all these other races so you can have a light-skinned child.
That you did the same damn thing, Crystal Swirlz.
I agree with you. The women are doing it, but they
Call her
picked it
out on
up
that shit.
from all that mess, the sexual preference mess. What happens is women, when men show their preference, women carry on the torch. Okay, he likes light skin. Let me bleach my skin. All right, they like fat asses. Let's get our asses fat now. Let's get our breasts fat now. If all men disappeared from the planet, nobody would care. That's why when people get in relationships, the longer they're in a relationship and they're not trying to impress their partner, they just let themselves go. But when you're still in a race and trying to keep up, you know what I'm saying? If all these men disappeared from the planet, nobody would care anymore. We just walk around with our hair any old way and just be happy and get fat and eat.
Yeah, because I just feel like this stuff ain't until black men start making real money. Black men started making real money, and it just went over completely to white women. Start like in the 60s, but before then, 70s and all that. Before then, you just give a black man, he would take any type of race, any black woman, as long as she was in shape and she was kind of had like mother qualities, and that was it. But like I said, I put more. It's black men too, but I put this color stuff way more on black women for implanting that stuff. And because if you, this is the thing, if you're living with your mom or whatever, you're a man or woman, and you hear these stories, and you be like, man, this is horrible, man. I need to get something far away from me.
I don't
That's
see
why a
how
lot
you
of
can
black
say
dudes
that.
do that.
I don't see how you can say it's one black woman's fault. When black women were the ones talking about my chocolate king, my melanin popping, I want my babies to be chocolate, and you niggas were going with white girls. How the fuck is it more us?
Now I see
both
light and dark. I see white. Everybody say chocolate. Like I said earlier, tall, dark, and handsome. White, light skin, black. Every race says that. But I'm talking about as far as like the actual root of the problem. I'm gonna have to lean more towards this black men's fault too for perpetuating it. But the people who start these stories and project this stuff, I'm gonna have to put them on black women.
Wow. So black women were the ones chasing. You niggas have all types of names for light skin. Oh, she look Cleo. Oh, I'm going to look. I got peanut butter privilege. I know how you niggas treat dark skinned women. Okay, and I'm gonna say something else too. Okay, they even had a movie called Dark Girls. Okay, and they did a whole documentary, and the dark skinned girls snitched, and they talked about how they get treated, and you have black girls crying about how they get treated by black men and black women. But black men, you have a bigger impact because they want you to find desirable. Black women want you to find them.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And what you do,
that's
how the fuck you think it feels being all the way at the bottom of the totem pole? I'm like, okay, you got a little bit of you my sister's color or lighter, you get some privilege. But imagine being dark skinned and black men, they go with white girls. You niggas are going with white girls. How you think that makes a dark skinned girl feel?
Do you remember what the guy said in the documentary? They said, how do you feel about dark-skinned girls? He said, I don't know. He said, they look funny beside me. He's like, I don't know. It looks weird. He's like, you all dark.
Talk loud, Cleo.
Yeah, he was saying how, they said, how do you feel about dark-skinned girls? He said, I don't really like dark-skinned girls. They look funny beside me.
So y'all take one person and y'all paint that. Y'all try to put that on a certain percentage.
No, but he's not one person.
Oh my God.
Because you keep saying the women started it. I'm telling you, started from the midpoint. I'm starting from the beginning. Women get it from somewhere. It comes from somewhere. It starts with the sexual attraction. That's why white people they put the
women each other. For instance, if you want to humble a brown skinned girl, call her dark skin. And I've seen y'all do that shit.
Or mistreat her in front of the light-skinned people.
You'll take somebody Nia Long or Regina King's color, and you'll say, oh, you're dark skin. I'm like, what? Where the fuck is she dark?
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Games.
Because you see, the reason we're able to pick up that they're being funny is because we understand colorism. We've seen it. When you're black, you see it. It's always in the community. We understand that people weaponize it. So when we're saying, that you call someone dark-skinned, we're not saying that it's a bad thing because we think so. We've seen how people weaponize it. I see it all the time. Like I said, I'm not that dark, but when I get around black men, especially when I go out at night, they treat me funny, especially if there's Spanish girls around or white girls around. You know, all of a sudden I'm a little picking ninny in the corner.
But guess what, Cleo? But guess what?
When I'm by myself,
But
when I'm
guess
by
what?
myself and there's no one else around, they're very nice to me.
But guess what, Cleo?
Oh, wow.
Tell them how they treat you if you're around a dark-skinned girl. All of a sudden, you become a new light-skinned girl.
Yeah. It's happened a few. That mainly happens with people outside of the black race. Because within the black race, you know. But when I'm around like Hispanics or stuff, they point out, oh, you're not that dark. She's dark. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I'm like, well, who asked you? Yeah, and then you don't have to ask them to bring it up. They'll just bring it up just cause. Because this colorism stuff, you never have to bring it up. It's always the people that have a problem, they'll bring it up. Or they can't help it. It just comes out of their mouth. But I see it a lot when I go to the club. Like, I see how they treat people. When it's a white girl or a Spanish girl, they're very accommodating. They're very nice.
They're trying to cover it
You know what
up.
I mean? And I went to they always put the Spanish girls ahead of me. And I was never attracted to anyone. I wasn't trying to get with no one. But I saw how they treated me in front of the girls. Like, they'll suck their teeth and look at each other and laugh. Like, why is she over here? You know what I mean?
So you basically, it sounded to me like Tony. It sounded to me like you trying to minimize the impact that black men have had on colorism and the psyche of the dark-skinned black woman. And
No, I said that they blame.
You are experts at humbling
She called him Tony.
dark-skinned women. You're very. What is it with that? And when you saw that they started to divest and they started to go with Brad, that bothered you. Because you thought they was gonna sit there and be a puncher bag. And when they started saying, I'm gonna wear my natural hair, I'm dark skinned, so what? I'm gonna go where I'm wanted. All of a sudden, I was talking about my chocolate queens, this and this and that. And y'all are weird. Like, y'all are weird.
Because you can't live without, they can't live without black women. Not necessarily this guy on the phone, but, you know, we gotta have you around and not around, you know what I mean? Because you got their back when it comes to racism. Because they'll get with Becky, but believe me, when they get into arguments at home, she pulls that N-word card out, and I've heard it so many times. And I'd be like, I told you.
My thing is, that's all I was saying is that you got 100% of blame. I just said black men do, but it's not what the percent. I said I put more of the blame on black women.
I don't see how that's possible, because when you look at movies
that's what I put
The Best Man and all of these other movies, the lead people are caramel or lighter. You never put a dark-skinned woman as the lead love interest, especially in these goddamn music videos. And during the 1990s, it was obvious as fuck that you niggas were fucking colorist. Oh my God.
I was a little girl, and
Talk
I noticed
about now, Crystal.
a lot of little girls notice that when they get their money, they go lighter. But I think also what he's trying to say is that even if black men started it, because remember, a lot of times men, they could throw the rock and hide their hand. Women are always going to blame each other. If you watch the Barbie movie, they mention it in the Barbie movie. They say how much women hate each other. Everyone hates women, right? So it's easier for them to be blamed, but with the black women, they carry on a torch. So if you know men prefer light-skinned women, once you start bleaching, and in the 90s, you was beating up the light-skinned girl because her hair was, you know, she was light-skinned, or she had brown eyes, or she had longer hair, you know what I mean? You keep it going. And then that's why men always call dark girls now beastly, because once black girls, the dark-skinned girls, they would get more aggressive with the light-skinned girls, because who else are you going to take it out on? You're not going to take it out on the men, because then they're going to call you beastly even more. Because there was a lot of light-skinned girls, they got beat up in the 80s, just going home from school, but they get beat up because they were light-skinned.
Yep.
I know a lot of girls now, they bleach, and I see pictures of them. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you was dark. They're like, yeah, but, you know, I get treated nicer now.
That's sad.
People judge, but they get treated better,
That's
so,
sad.
you know,
You don't care,
so it
Crystal.
starts from, you know, sexual preference, but women will carry on the torch. That's why I said if men were to leave the planet, nobody would be bleaching and doing their boobs anymore. Nobody would care. That's unless they just trying to one up you, you know.
I think if we took Tyrone out the picture, colorism will go away. I really believe that.
And white people joke about it because when I started getting around white people for the first time, I had a man ask me. He said, "Are you light skinned?" And I know I'm not light skinned. I'm a brown girl. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay. They see the clown show that's going on and they poke fun at it. Like they'll ask me questions like, "Do you live in a project?" Like they just bold enough to ask me these questions. And so they watch the buffoonery we do and then they joke about it.
This is crazy.
And it's not just Tyrone. I'm not only gonna get on Tyrone.
I've never heard
Okay, I've
nobody's
had
ever
Brad
asked
call
me
me.
those kind of questions.
You know, when I go on the dating apps, and I'm like, "Oh, have you ever been with a black woman?" And it's a non-black man. You know what he gonna say? You know what he gonna say to me? You know what he gonna say to me? He gonna say, "Oh, I love me some chocolate." And I'm looking at this dumbass bitch. I'm like, "Is Will Smith chocolate, you dumb motherfucker?"
That's because he considers all black women as chocolate, Crystal. But you're offended because you don't want to associate yourself with black women. That's why you come with your dumbass peanut butter category. Nobody but you has that. You separate yourself from black women, all shades.
So why the fuck are you calling me chocolate? Not that there's anything wrong with it. Chocolate is delicious.
White people.
But come on.
Why are you upset then?
To me, taking that shit from a white man, and this is all the every single white man has done this to me. It's like they trying to humble me.
No, like I just said, to a white person, you're chocolate if you're black. That's just as nice. Oh, boy. You don't understand, Miss Peanut Butter. You don't understand.
They be like, "Okay, you a little bit on the light side. Let me humble this bitch." Yep.
Yeah.
Brad does it too.
But most of the time, white people, they clump us all together. Because you see how they treat the virus.
Ah, there she said. Cleo, they clump us all together. Yes, we're all chocolate to them, or all black to them.
Racials. Yeah, you're black. You're black. You might be a little lighter. I'll tolerate you a little more, but they treat them bad. Those biracial kids will tell you, "I can't go to my grandma's house. I can't go over there." No matter how blonde and blue, you know, you got a little nigga in you. And they're at the top of the food chain, right?
Only in
India, it's an honor.
Yep.
In India, it's an honor to marry a white person. So all black, brown people around the world, they're not that high on the pyramid, especially financially, because these people took everything. Mm-hmm. So what happens is subconsciously darker people, they're like, okay, well, you know, I guess if I get closer to that, maybe I'll be treated better. But they usually just laugh at you. They're like, "Look how bad she wants to be one of us. Look how bad he wants to be one of us." And they use you like a tool, or they keep you away.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
And they went hard enough playing because the white people, they the ones that started this bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah.
They go so hard in the paint trying to protect because they know it takes a pure white to make a pure white. They got this shit called the one drop rule. That's how hard they protect that shit. So if you think you're going to pull up and you high yellow and you got frizzy hair, you know, you got loose hair, you look like a little bit like Mariah Carey, they still don't give you the nigga treatment. And that's a shock.
Yeah.
That's a shock to us.
That's
black people, because we're looking at this shit like, oh, they're going to treat you good. They're going to be like, oh, you want to...
Yeah.
No, they treat you...
Listen to Miss 2% Italian. Listen to Miss 2% Italian right now.
They go hard, reminding you, nigga, you're
right. That's why they treat the Kardashians like that. And then the Kardashians, they date nothing but black men, except Courtney. Courtney don't mess around. Courtney she would be the white girl out of all of them. She don't touch niggas, not at all. But the rest of them, they love. Yeah, they love them some niggas.
Courtney keep it white.
So
Courtney said,
Courtney
said, my sister's fucked up the bloodline. Let me keep this bloodline pure. One of us got to keep a white bloodline.
And Kylie can go back to white. white. Kylie and who's the hated black guys, but they could go back to white because they don't look all that Arab or whatever.
Yeah.
They're white girls. They have a white father, and I thought Kris Jenner was I thought she was Middle Eastern or something, but apparently she's a white
No, she's
woman.
Irish. She's
So
Irish and Armenian.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay, that's why she looks like that.
Her mother's Irish.
But they can go. Yeah. They can go back. They can get white.
This shit is, and this is the thing. I'm bringing this whole brown skin, dark skin thing up because I noticed this out of all the different ones, these two, the dark skin, a lot of dark skin girls try to pass as brown skin. I noticed that, and they get upset if you got dark skin girls. They get upset if you call them dark skin. And they be like, I'm brown skin. And I'll be like, you're not. You're dark skin. And they get mad at you.
Right, but
and then they come for me.
They get mad because...
Ooh, boy. Who has the official color chart? I need to know so I can see it. Who has the official color chart?
Light skin out. But you're not even light skin out. And I'm like, wow, here we go. Here we go.
They get mad because of the stigma throughout history. Dark skin has always been subpar. It's the same thing in India. Everywhere in the world, with the South region of any country, that's where people are darker. South India is dark. South Italy is dark. You know what I mean? And they're always treated bad. People love being from the north because you're whiter. So black women understand that. So when you're calling her dark skin, she knows there's a history behind that. She wasn't just born thinking she's ugly. The world told her she's not good enough. You're not good enough.
That's sad.
So, and they don't want black African American. I hate saying African American because we're not from there. But the black women of America, they're treated worse, especially in the fashion industry, than the Africans. Because the Africans, they don't do all of that, and their land hasn't been stolen, and their religion hasn't been stolen. So you notice most models, they're from Kenya, they're from Nigeria. You rarely see a model from Kentucky or from California that looks like me or you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So black women, everyone's aware of what's going on. Everyone's aware of what's going on.
So how do y'all think we stop? How do y'all think we stop this? You think it's gonna ever go away?
I think black men got to be on board with it and stop using colorism to keep women divided. That's what I think.
Yeah, you gotta make everybody feel sexy. Once you make everyone feel sexy, because remember, women always follow the suit of what men want. That's why James Brown kept saying this is a man's world. It really is. Whatever the man says goes. If he says big tits are in, it's in. Why do you think all the gymnasts, even if they're babies, their fucking gymnast outfits is up there? Their ass. How come they don't wear shorts like the boys?
Tyrone, you
How
have
come
got to take accountability. You have to. Okay? You can't get the stones out of your hands.
Now, most black, now that you brought up gymnasts, most black gymnasts are pretty nice looking women. They don't really get that much flack.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the color and the shape. What I'm saying is what men say go. Men are the ones that said, okay, they were running everything. Those are the ones that's funding everything, right? So when you look at a female gymnast, she has on a little something. Her private might pop out if she does a full enough split, but boys get to wear pants and stuff. Like bikinis. Why do we have to have bikinis?
Talk about how these black men treated Simone Biles. Talking about her nappy edges and talking about she got a body like a boy. Stop it.
No, they didn't.
Talking about this fake bullshit. Okay?
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah, they did. They always got on her hair. And other black women help too. They'd be like, why can't she press her hair out? Why would she press her hair out if she's not
See what I mean?
work out?
Cleo. You said other black women did it too. You just made this. I'm gonna call him Mikey T. You just made Mikey T's point.
See what I mean? It's always y'all. I'm saying black women, they pile up on people the most. Clarissa Shields, who are number one haters in this world. She's a nice looking girl, in shape. She's dark. Black women, all she do is complain about how black women treat her. Black men don't treat her bad at all. Black men think she cool.
That's
Clarissa
why
got more black men support.
I got one thing to say about the topic.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, if black men would have acted like black,
No, Chris, don't, no, Chris, don't.
Before I lose my train of thought, let
No.
me say this one thing. If black men would have acted the way black women were, and they would have been on code, we could have wiped away colorism. Because black women were praising dark skin. They were putting black men as the lead role in the black movies. They were talking about chocolate this and I prefer dark skinned men. You niggas were not on board. So don't give me this bullshit.
Yeah. When you look at the music industry, most of Usher's, the people that supported him and put money in his pocket, Tyrese was black women. We were at the concerts and everything. What I'm trying to say is men set the standard and women follow suit. That's why I brought up the gymnast outfits and why little girls have to wear those things and cheerleader skirts got to be so short. They don't got to be that damn short. And why children got to be, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's following what men say.
Now, let's go back. Let's go back to like this. We in modern 2026. Let's go back to Clarissa Shields. Now, like y'all said earlier, now her number one hate is black women always clowning the girl, and black men we try to support. Angel Reese is another one. We try to support these women, put them on a pedestal, and who you got tearing them down? It's usually the black women. That's why we saying y'all give black men too much credit for this stuff.
That's why I was also bringing up the topic of mean black girls. If anyone's seen the movie Mean Girls, when they had the cafeteria scene, the black table was called what? Unfriendly black hotties. Not black hotties. Unfriendly black hotties. And there's a lot of black women that face that in their life. Like when I go on TikTok Live, usually the people that are the meanest are black women. Just because I don't know something, they'll call me stupid or they'll be like, how you don't know that? I'm like, maybe I don't know that because no one taught me or I've just never heard of it. Like, why is that so strange that I don't know what a certain word means or I don't know what this is? You know what I mean? You're not moving fast enough, but you're moving too slow. Well, how many times you going to ask that question? I'm like, man, you run a business here. Why are you talking to me like that? And they're like, you know what? You sound stupid. I'm going to block you. I'm like, block me? I'm not even. You didn't have that same smoke for that man that showed his penis on your live. Why you didn't treat him like that? You know what I mean?
That's my whole point. All that goes back to everything else. But I seen a clip with K. Michelle saying something just like that about how the women on the show treat her because of the way she looks and the deeply nailed. So it don't matter what you do. It's almost like this black woman. She's behind it, but she be pointing the fingers at everybody else. That was my whole point of saying this colorism stuff come from black women. They'll start it.
I completely understood what you say, but where does the black woman get it? Because if no one made her feel ugly, she wouldn't act like that. If we lived in a world where black women were superior, they were the top of the pyramid, which they are in reality, but socially they're at the bottom in this reality. If it was a reality where they were at the top, they wouldn't act like that. Something put a battery in their back. So I'm agreeing with you. They carry on the torch, but somebody lit the flame. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the 80s, if the niggas was fucking with the dark-skinned girls and taking them out on dates instead of hiding them in their house and calling them tar baby and monkey and ape and gorilla, they wouldn't have been getting mad at the light-skinned girls. You know what I mean? It's not right to get mad at the light-skinned girls, but that's the same thing as when a dad, he gets abused at work, so he comes home and slaps up his family. He don't got the balls to face the person that caused him to act like that.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And if women try to say something to the men, half the time the men laugh at you. They don't care. What are you going to do about it anyway? What you going to do? You don't run the music industry. You're not the one at the meetings. You're not the one at the secret meetings. This is going to go how we want it to go.
Can we talk about how two-faced black men are with dark-skinned women? Y'all are some two-faced. That's why a lot of them are confused. Because behind the bedroom, in the bedroom, you call them chocolate queen, this and that. But then when you get around your friends or whatever, or you don't want to go in public with her, you don't want to hold hands.
Right.
But you get a light-skinned bitch, and you holding hands. Hey, come on.
All outside.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I still
Ooh,
see
this is
it
crazy.
now. I still see it now. I see a lot of black guys when I see them with girlfriends. There's mad niggas up here with Spanish girlfriends. I don't see that many black guys with black girls up here. I don't see it.
And if they do go with a black girl, she's my color or lighter.
Or if she's brown, she got a body.
Yep.
Or she's one of those very bougie dark skinned girls that keep her hair tight. She don't look at nobody. She don't laugh. She don't smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
And
you
she
gotta
is
think about it.
dark-skinned,
That look.
she gotta have a fat ass, and she gotta look like Buffy the Body. Okay?
Or look like a supermodel. You gotta be super pretty.
Super pretty.
Yeah, you can't look like my mother. You gotta outdo it. If I'm gonna be with that dark skin, you gotta come with something, baby.
And then if you
But
walk
you
down
can
the
do
street
other
with her,
things.
and she's dark skinned and she got a fat ass and a real cute face, niggas gonna be like, yeah, son, I see you. I see why you did that.
That's the other thing. Men want to show off for other men. You know what I mean? So a lot of times, I don't want to be seen with this dark girl that looks like my mother. You know what I mean? If she average, I gotta be seen with the baddest. It's the same thing as having a nice car. You can't come up with a hoopty and everybody else around you, they flexing and they got chains and stuff. You know what I mean? So women are a commodity just the same way as cars and jewelry. Men don't really see, some men, they treat us like people, but most men, they don't treat you like a person. They get you pregnant, they treat you like cattle. You gotta cook, clean, have my babies, but to be honest with you, I can't stand you and I hate you and I hate when you talk to me.
So you're not gonna apologize to the dark skinned women on behalf of. You're not gonna apologize to dark skinned women. You got no apologies at all.
For me?
On behalf of black men.
You can't just put the world on your
Well, I do think, like I said, I do think when black men do stand out for like certain women, I think they stand up for certain ones. But I think black men need to make it for all instead of just the ones they like. Like Angel Reese or
I wish she would get another black male caller on this, not just him. He's one voice.
in real life. But you got to give the black men something to do, if they want to.
So you got no apologies.
Get yourself in shape.
You got no.
I do. That's what I'm saying. But it worked both ways, though. You got to give the men something to respect and something to like. Nobody's saying I want an Instagram baddies or supermodel, because we know those are few and far in between.
Yeah, so that's why we go to the rich community. They don't have big old they don't have wives. Even if it's a natural ass and tits, they don't have super curvy wives. They're super skinny. They're the epitome. They look like a model or they have that status or something. They don't go with, you could be skinny and pretty and they still won't bring you around if you got big old tits and your tits are out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotta have class.
That's it, right there. Class.
So he basically said, I ain't apologizing to y'all black bitches. That's basically.
That don't mean they won't cheat on you though, because you can have class to be his wife. Because I've seen it with my professor, very classy woman, beautiful woman, where her husband was still cheating on her with the bottom of the barrel women. Because the bottom of the barrel, they're gonna suck it.
And I think that they got that. I think they got that humbling shit from black men, calling brown skin women dark skin. They got that shit from y'all.
You just keep wanting to keep
Those are the ones that always
dragging
did
that
it to
point.
me. Except that girl I told you about earlier. She was saying, "Oh, you're the same color as my aunt." Her aunt's the same color as Wesley Snipes, and I'm the same color as Regina King. And she's the same color as her aunt, but she was telling me people consider her light skinned. So I'm like, oh, she's playing mind games with me.
She got that from black men. She got that shit from black men.
Yeah, black men told dark-skinned girls they were the cream of the crop. They want to act like that. Everything starts with sexual attraction. Everything.
And we're not talking about the cream of the crop. If they would just treat dark-skinned women equally, that's all they asking for. But y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to fucking use colorism to make black women turn on each other. And then you want to say,
I don't know.
it's black women's fault.
My spirit tells me if white people were never around, that, dark-skinned people would kind of be, first in line.
Who said that?
But when white people came, no, I'm just saying, imagine a world where there's no white people around, and then black people have no interference, right? So on a planet full of these black people, anytime they see anyone lighter, they think, okay, maybe you're losing your brownness. Not that you're ugly, but they'll think, you know what I mean? But when you have a whole race of people that are way lighter than you, and they're telling you that's the top, that's what everyone's gonna go with.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't think of it like that, Cleo.
Yeah. That's why TV is dangerous. TV's dangerous. When I was
So you saying it's white people fault? The colorism is white people fault?
Well, yeah. See, they're not from the star system. So when they got here, it just caused trouble. Once these darker guys, they saw her hair straight, yours is up. Her skin is lighter, she's thinner, you know what I mean? And they pretend to be nice to you. They get attracted to that because it's different.
So they made themselves the standard.
Right, and you keep putting it everywhere. First, it starts out by treating you better. Then it's take everything from you. Then when it comes to the media, which is a new thing that started, right? TV and radio, and we keep putting it in your face and putting it in your face and putting it in your face.
Oh, so the closer they get to white, the better they get treated.
Right.
Damn.
So that's what happens. That's what happens to the subconscious of the Negro once you put the opposition in the front. Because white people are opposite of you. They don't put no seasoning in their food. Their hair's straight. Their hair's lighter. A lot of them, they're way hornier than black people. You know what I mean? A white girl, she'll jump to the next man easily. She don't put up with that poor shit. Oh, this man, he's broke. He lost his job. She runs off and finds another. The black women, they sit in your door. They're not the same. You got to remember, too, the god of white people is Odin. He's the god of war. These people, that's how they move. You know, they're not sweet, kind people. These people are about their shit and self-preservation.
They're about conquering.
Right. That's in their blood. That's their nature. That's why they were put here. Just like the chessboard. You got the dark pieces, you got the light pieces. That's what's happening.
I'll call you right back, Chris. I'll call you right back.
All right. We dropped that call. But Cleo, this is interesting. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Now, we sitting here blaming Tyrone. We blaming black women. We're not going to forget about the white people. I think the white people are watching this whole thing and they saying, damn, these niggas are slow. We the ones that started this shit, and they not even mentioning us. They not giving us no blame. I noticed the white people. Now let me put it to you like this. They do this shit to me on the dating site. They call all black women, unless you're high yellow, okay? If you are peanut butter or darker, they're gonna call you chocolate.
Yes.
That's their way of
Absolutely.
That's their way of saying all you niggers look alike to me.
Yeah, even the mixed girls. The mixed girls too. Your black ass. Yeah. They don't call you a light monkey. You're still, you know, even though a monkey is completely white when you shave it, but still. Yeah.
I don't think they do that to the biracial. They try to humble the girls that are peanut butter or darker.
Right.
They call all of us because you can't call a high yellow person. You can't call a high yellow person chocolate. You look stupid.
Yeah. They don't call them chocolate, but they don't let them.
So anybody that's Will Smith color or darker, they calling you chocolate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How'd it happen? To me. All right? And I'm not even brown skin. I'm peanut butter. And they call me chocolate, honey.
Right.
And I'm looking at them like they fucking retarded.
You're nowhere near the color of chocolate. The actual color of chocolate.
They say, nigger, that's their way of putting me in my place.
Yes.
Because no one says peanut butter.
See, we have to say this for the common folks because a lot of people don't use their brain. But we're not saying that black is bad. We're saying we realize how it's weaponized. We're not slow. We're not blind. We see what's happening. So I know when that girl was trying to make me, she was trying to humble me because she said, you're as dark as my aunt. I'm like, nah, I sat next to your aunt. Your aunt's like pitch black. She's beautiful. She's a sweet woman, but she's way darker. And then you saying I'm the same color, but you're light skinned, but you're closer to your aunt's color. So I knew what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with your aunt being black, but I see what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're not saying there's a problem with dark. We just see what y'all doing with it. Same thing if it was red, purple, and yellow.
Did you see how he tried to blame black women for colorism? Oh, black women got.
Right, but
how the
here's
fuck
the
do
thing.
we have more
People,
to do with colorism when black women are talking about black kingness? All of the lead roles, all of these niggas. When you look at these black movies, who's the lead? Morris Chestnut. All these chocolate ass niggas.
right,
We put them in a music video. We
right.
put them as
Because he's
the
a
lead
man,
character. So who the fuck is really colorist
Right.
here? I don't see them returning the favor. So what are you talking
because
about?
see, like I said, darkness is considered masculine. That's why when I get around white people or light-skinned people, even other black men, they treat me like I'm some sort of thug, but I never see them do that to the light. And I go out all the time. I'm always at the club. So I see these people's behavior. I go up around black people. They act like they're out of their fucking minds. They get stupid. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what his argument was, is he's blaming the black woman. I'm like, I agree with you, but who put the battery in her bag? Someone started her up. Just like a kid that gets bullied, when they grow up, all of a sudden they get hot and rich. They keep acting up, or you know what I mean? Or they try to bully someone else. Someone put the battery there. Black women weren't just acting like that out the womb. Someone told her she's ugly, and it made her angry. We're not
gonna sit here and act like only black women humble. Okay.
Right. But you gotta remember with men.
If you want to humble a brown skinned woman, call her dark skin. That's the ultimate
Right, but
way.
you gotta remember with men, they always stand up for each other, because half the time when you tell a man a rape story, he wants to know what you wore. Or when you're talking to a man about your boyfriend, he's like, no, he's not that bad. And if he's broke, don't be mean to him, and don't be this. Men stand up for each other.
Yeah, they do.
Even if they don't know anybody, they protect each other. That's why I call it the boys club. It's a real thing. Because men are more simple than women. Women is more complicated, because we're the ones that have to be beautiful. Wesley Snipes doesn't have to be beautiful, so he could be as black as he wants.
Oh,
He
damn.
don't have to be beautiful. Yeah, black men could be as black as they want, just as long as he looks masculine and tough. That's why white women go crazy.
They was calling her boyfriend, her husband. They're calling that nigga light skin. And I'm sitting there I'm like 3 or 4 shades lighter than that nigga. How the fuck is that nigga light skin? But you motherfuckers want to call me, but you're not light skin, Christian. But that nigga's light skin? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I think black men use colorism to make us miserable and not themselves.
Right. So remember, Simone Biles, her boyfriend is lighter than a paper bag. Anything lighter than a paper bag that don't have a super dark hue, it's light skin.
No, he ain't no lighter than a paper bag. That nigga's like 2 shades lighter than Stefan, Cardi B's man. He ain't that fucking light. The fuck you mean?
Let me see. I could have swore every time I saw a picture of that man, it was some race, some mixed
He
looking
ain't even
guy.
light skin. That nigga brown skin. What are you talking about?
Is that her husband or boyfriend?
That's her husband.
Okay.
And they the same color.
Jonathan Owen?
He like 1 shade lighter than Simone Biles, and they calling that nigga light skin. I'm like, y'all niggas are dumb.
Jonathan Owens. Is that him? The one with the braids?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's not light, but he's a lighter brown. You get what I'm saying?
So what black men did,
This is ridiculous.
they made it that if you light skin, you got to be damn near high yellow to be considered light skin if you're a black woman. But if you're a black man, you could be as dark as a motherfucking Simone Biles' husband, and they call you light skin.
Yeah.
So more of them could squeeze through the gate. You see how fucked up they are?
Yeah, and Simone Biles isn't really dark. She has red skin. Most people that they call dark aren't dark. They're red. They have red skin. She's a red woman. These are the American Indians that they had those Mongoloids replaced. So the ones that they show you on the TV with the long straight hair, those aren't the American Indians. They're us. We're the red bone. That's why we're red man.
But they call the women my color red. They call the high yellow ones, they call them yellow bone. Like the ones Meghan Markle color, they call her yellow bone. And the ones my color, Jada Pinkett Smith color, they call us red bones.
Yeah. But they got it backwards. Simone Biles, she's red bone. You're yellow bone. She's red bone. And if you ask Hispanic people, especially like the ones that are from America, they'll tell you. They'll be like, nah, the red bones are the red colored girls. Like me, in truth, I would be considered red bone because I have a red tone. But they switched everything around.
Tyrone made it hard to get through the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Only a few people can get through.
It's a club, yeah. We don't want everybody in here. We want who we want in here.
And let's talk about Tyrone with these goddamn Beckys.
Don't y'all just love this conversation between these 4B women?
Do he really think that pale pink shit, chicken looking skin is attractive? I want to know.
Personally, I don't find it. Yeah.
Because I be laughing at these niggas. I'm like, you think that shit's cuter than my shit? You fucking crazy.
Yeah, I need darker skin. It just looks fully complete. That's like, to me, if they didn't, no offense against white people, but just when if I were to try to kiss one or whatever, it's like an uncooked steak. Not that they stink at anything, but it's just the color is throwing me off. It just doesn't, you don't look fully cooked.
Color? You know who likes melanin? Brad. Brad love that shit. Tyrone don't love melanin.
Well, you know what, Brad likes
white, pale. He said, I don't give a fuck if you Jada Pink is color. Light enough. I like the white skin. I like Becky. Okay, yeah. Nigga. So the real racist is Tyrone. Tyrone is the real racist.
Yeah, well, when you oppress people, they become their own enemy. Just like crabs in a barrel. You can have the people who aren't crabs outside the bucket, the people that made it out the bucket. The people inside, they're going to treat you worse than the people outside, and the people outside are the reason you in there. Just like I said, a man gets abused at work but takes it out on his family. Nobody wants to go to the source, because then that means you really have to take action.
The only way Tyrone, he didn't want to level up financially. He want to sit there and wallow in excuses. Oh, the white man did this, and the white man keeps me out of this, and he locks me out. Okay, so the only way Tyrone feels like he could get an edge is by fucking Becky. That's right. The only way he thinks he could outbreed his racism.
Right.
That's how he gets the white man back by fucking his bitch.
Right. And it's the same thing with the white man too, because a lot of people, dark skin, there are white men that are attracted to us, but you have to remember these are war people. War is in their blood. Their God is Odin, the god of war. That's their God, the All-Father. So a lot of times when white people are getting with black people, they can't stand you. But remember, you're heirs to the earth. You own America. Trump and all those white people and stuff, they're on your land. These politicians and all these people coming from foreign countries, they're opening up businesses in this country, and the country gave them the money, but they won't even let you stay on your Section 8. You got to remember, a lot of the times they're getting with black people for birthright. So if I get with a black woman and I have my baby, now my kid has birthright to this land. So a lot of times, white people are thinking as far as war. Black people are thinking as far as color. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a white man, he might not stand me. He probably can't stand me. He wants to call me nigger, but he's going to be nice to me because I'll give him a black baby, and that'll give him rights to the land. Because what's happening now is America is giving the land back to the indigenous people. And all those Native Americans they showed on TV, it's coming out, they're not even the real Americans.
Let's get to the topic.
Black American.
Let's get to the topic. How do brown skinned women treat you?
It's okay. I meet some nice ones, but a lot of times, not all the time, but I don't really hang out with a lot of black women because they aren't nice, and they just seem like they're snappy.
Out of all the shades of black women, who treats you the most fucked up? Light skinned women, brown skin, or dark skin?
I'd say brown skin women. Because sometimes when I go to the club, too, when I try to talk to them or whatever, they all turn their head away like I didn't say anything. Acting real funny. Just weird. That's what I was telling you on
How
TikTok
dark-skinned
too.
women
When I
treat
be
you?
on
They
these,
treat you better than brown.
She was expecting her to say dark. She was expecting her to say dark, and now she's asking her specifically about dark skinned women.
Brown-skinned women do.
I never had a problem with a dark girl ever.
Huh?
Wow,
No.
for real?
Or they'll tell me I'm never had an issue. But it's usually somebody that looks closer to my skin tone. They just not that nice.
Why is that? You think it's because of competition?
I guess so. I don't know, but I don't know if it's a color thing, but sometimes it's just more mean. When I go get my hair done, when I get my lashes done, my eyebrows done, they just not nice.
Wow.
They just snappy. Oh, you moving too slow. Why you don't notice? Yeah.
So now we got somebody saying that brown skinned women are meaner than dark skinned women. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm not saying they're meaner, but I've never, I guess I'm not really a threat either way, but I'm just saying maybe there's a complex there. I don't know if it has anything to do with the skin color, but I just noticed the ones that weren't that nice to me, or if they have a short temper, they always happen to be, my color. I haven't met a lot of dark women. They don't seem to be too many.
Where is this thing that dark skinned women are mean? Where they getting this shit from? Did Tyrone make that shit up?
No, I didn't make it up. It happens. You get like dark skinned women that are mean, but they're usually meaner if they see that you're, lighter, or if they see that they're being treated bad when they're around mixed people that are lighter. Because I've seen it happen. I had a friend, she was dark, she's way darker than me, and these Hispanic men were around, and then she started going off. She was like, "Oh, you think she's cuter because she's lighter than me, or because she got her skin all out?"
This is what I think. I think dark-skinned women, I think some of them go out of their way to be nicer. It's like they trying to prove, see, I'm not aggressive, I'm not masculine,
right.
I'm not mean,
Right.
Don't believe what you heard. That's what I'm getting from a lot of them.
Is that what you got from the ones you claimed that were mean to you when you were staying with somebody in a home, and the two daughters who were dark skinned were just mean to you? You forgot about that, Crystal?
And like you
call that
said,
damage
it be them
control.
goddamn brown skin ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because remember,
yeah.
Because remember, the dark ones, they're doing damage control. So it's not even wrong if darker women are acting nice so people don't think they're aggressive. Because people kept calling them aggressive. Even me, that they kept calling them aggressive, or you mad, you too dark. They associate darkness with, masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So they have to be nicer. They don't have to be. They could be as bitchy as they want. They got the right. But they understand what's going on. So they're trying to do damage control. And then you got some dark-skinned women, they don't give a damn what you think. They're going to tell it to you straight. You know what I mean? So it all depends on the psyche of the woman. But a lot of times when I dealt with mean girls, I've dealt with it with white girls too. I expect that from them. But when it comes to my own people, just impatient and unkind.
I think brown
Not all, but I dealt with it a lot. A lot.
Brown skin girls could be meaner. It's like they got a free pass because I'm not what you would call dark skin, so I can get away with being a bitch.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get that label.
That's what it
and
is.
Tyrone ain't gonna say, "Oh, we know where you got an attitude because you dark skin." You can't really say that to a brown skin girl. So brown skin girls can get away with murder.
Yeah.
It's like they're allowed to be mean.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy?
I'm telling you,
the dark skin girls, they take the reputation for being mean. But meanwhile, the brown skin girls are the ones doing all the murdering, and I mean, they're doing all of the being the mean because they get away with it. And meanwhile, the dark skin girls get the blame for it.
Right.
That's crazy.
So when you're dark skinned, people expect you to be mean, right? They expect you to be aggressive. But when you're not that dark, you can get away with it. That's why I told you And I'm brown skin too, but every beauty service I've gone to, I haven't met that many nice women. They're either impatient, I'm moving too slow, I'm slow because I don't know something, they calling me stupid, or they just being rude, or I ask someone for the time, she rolls her eyes, I was like, Miss, I like your dress, and she's like I'm trying to fuck her or something. You know what I mean? Some weird shit. And I get why a lot of women are like that because they get too much attention. Sometimes people, they get too much attention and it turns them off. That's what I try to explain to some men. They be like, why are these girls so mean? I'm like, because y'all are always horny and you don't let them breathe. You're always up their ass.
And nobody,
they don't have to say hi.
I think the brown skin women, they get away with a lot of shit because nobody ever really mentions them.
No, nobody does.
Right. But this is the fucked up thing. They will sit there and watch the dark-skinned girl get an ass whipping. People call her masculine, aggressive. So they say, oh, I figured this whole thing out. Let her take the reputation of being masculine and aggressive. And meanwhile, I get to show my brown-skinned ass. And nobody's going to point the finger at me and say anything about me being aggressive because they too busy blaming the dark-skinned girl. I get it. I get it.
We have to go to the pool tomorrow.
Cleo, thank you for your phone call.
No problem.
I appreciate it. You gave me a very interesting perspective on this whole topic. Thank you.
Please end this live.
It's an interesting topic, but it definitely wastes black people's time. But there's so much more other things to be concerned about.
Exactly.
In our community.
It is.
You see, they be having light skin parties, with light skin versus dark skin party, stuff like that.
What?
The boys who straight up, they just, I told you, I be hearing these teenage boys on the bus. They'll be like, yeah, she cute, but she dark. And they be dark too. But he's a boy, so it's okay.
I got to say, pretty. All right? It ain't got shit to do with, oh, you pretty for a dark skinned girl. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah.
Because I see some beautiful fucking dark-skinned girls. I'm like, damn, you could...
Yo, lying ass. Yo, lying ass Crystal. That live stream, you can go out in the sun, you won't get dark. You don't want to be blackity black. Why the fuck do I want to be black like y'all? You said that in a live stream. Shut the fuck up.
Be a fucking supermodel, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But some of them, they'll admire the darkness, but they don't want to touch, they don't want to smash it. They don't find it sexually attractive, but they could be admirable.
Now this is how painful
You
this
haven't heard
shit is.
any man say that. What comment you talking about, Cleo? I wasn't watching the phone.
They didn't want to have babies with dark-skinned people. A lot of these people, they'll sleep with them, but they ain't gonna have no kids because they scared the kid gonna come out.
It's occurring 22. So we
are
right.
This is a crazy part, right? A lot of guys, if you got pregnant and you was dark skinned, they like, get an abortion, abort it. I remember that shit. Tyrone.
I don't want no black ass baby. Not the health of the baby. Not if the baby's
and that's
happy.
a painful chapter. Minister Jap, nigga, if you watching this, Minister Jap, I got beef with you because you got so much smoke blaming black women for the high rates of abortion in the black community, but you don't talk about all these niggas that was running up in that dark-skinned pussy, and the minute she said, I'm pregnant, get an abortion. Why you don't talk about that? Colorist motherfucker.
Because it's the most niggery behavior.
You didn't want your oldest son because you thought he was dark, Crystal. Oh my God, you hypocrite.
Niggery and ghetto.
You don't want no dark-skinned kid. You don't want what if the baby come out with her color? Nah, abort that shit. I don't want that shit.
I told you when I had my kids.
Tyrone don't talk about how fucked up he is when it comes to color. He don't. He will never admit that.
Why
shit.
would he?
And then you got the
Why
same,
would he?
and then he get another girl pregnant, and she on the she like a little bit on the peanut butter side, the high yellow side. He gonna let her, he gonna say, oh, can you keep my
She gets to
baby?
keep it.
Yup, he wanted to keep the baby. Yup, I've seen it happen.
And
Okay, I'm looking at the chat. It's a little bit ahead. Allie Brozier says Crystal is one track minded on this. Okay, girl was swerving to something real, but she cut her off, going on too long about nothing with skin color. Mm. Even your chat's getting bored, Crystal.
see, here's the sick part. Why do you care if your baby's light? Are you going to do something to the baby? Why does the baby have to be light? Because you don't seem to care about life in general. So you want your baby to be light or why? You want him to have a better life, or are you a pedo?
Ask Crystal that question. Ask Crystal that question.
Because I know the light skinned kids, they go after them.
And that's why all of these people, they was going in on Cardi B ass. They was going in on Cardi B like, bitch, your baby came out brown skin. They said because Blossom is not dark skin, but Blossom is considered to be on the brown skin side. So they went in on her ass like, I see. You was talking all that shit about black women being burnt roaches, and now your daughter came out. Yep, like the very thing you was dissing. And
then all of a sudden, when people call,
how quiet she is? She act like she never said it. She act like, yup.
No. She started calling herself that now to make it. Spanish girls do that when they get in an argument with a black girl. She's a roach, but you didn't say that to Maria. You didn't say that to Belquise. You didn't say that to Jess Marie. You didn't say that to them. You don't call them roaches. You only call Shaquisha a roach when you argue with her. And that happened on Baddies too. And I'm glad the other black girls just sat there. And she said something because the Spanish girl, she called the girl a cockroach. She's like, I'm black too. I'm like, no, you're not. You're super white and your hair is straight. And most of you Hispanics, you don't have any black in you. So when Dominicans say, I know black, they're right. Because they come from Arabs. That's why when you see certain Dominicans, they go in the corner store with the Arabs, they look just like the Arabs. They come from Arabs. They don't come from us.
What are you talking
about? The black ones down there.
Hispanic people come. They're
not. I'm gonna send you a video. On the history of the Dominican Republic.
Excuse me. You know what las tres razas means? It means the three races: African, white, and Indian. That's what most of these motherfuckers Hispanics are. They ain't no goddamn Arabs. Stop it.
That's all. I'll send you the video if you don't. Then that's it. But I'll send you the video.
Ain't got nothing to do no Arab, no. But like I said, they were dropped off on different ports of the slave ports. We was dropped off in America. It's a triangular slave trade.
Can't have your own opinion over there.
They were dropped off in the Caribbean, okay? And then the white man packed up all the ships, and he said, I got to make another trip to Africa to get more slaves. Some of them he dropped off in the New World, and the rest he dropped off in the Caribbean. Know your history, sweetheart. It ain't got a goddamn thing to do with no fucking Arabs.
Okay.
I mean, they similar in color, but...
You sound like you're not even open into seeing what I got to show you. You just shut the whole shit down.
Cleo, have you not learned from the last time you called that I know of when she let, who was that? You were sick, you had COVID, and somebody came on the phone and she just went off on you, and Crystal just sat back and listened and we just watched and then hung up on you and then continued to talk to the caller about you. And you were calling in and she wouldn't answer the phone. Have you not learned? Crystal don't give a shit. She want a good show. And if you don't follow the script, she gonna put you in your place. Now it's getting interesting. Yeah, it is now. Let's see how Cleo handles this.
I'm gonna hear what you gotta say.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You're right. I'm wrong.
Damn, Cleo.
What I was gonna say was this, right?
Damn, Cleo, don't fold. Don't fold, Cleo. Shit.
The humbling thing is this is what's going on now, and I think it's coming from Tyrone. The ones Jada Pinkett color, Will Smith color, my color, but you're not light skinned. And what he'll do, he'll call us brown skin, right? And what he do to the brown skin girls, when he want to humble them, he call them dark skinned. That's what's going on right now. Okay, so this man got off the phone. You know why he got off the phone? Because he knows that black men have a heavier part in colorism than black women. Black women
Yeah.
by promoting dark skinned men, talking about chocolate this, I want chocolate babies. And a lot of black women were hurt because we were talking about chocolate babies and they were talking about we was looking all around at all of these niggas divesting in droves, going with other races. And we like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, and black women look real stupid. And I said, look, you dumb black bitches, go where you. Why are you still talking about this chocolate babies bullshit? You look ridiculous. Tyrone ain't talking that. Tyrone, some light skinned baby. All right.
You still got Tyrone on the brain, Crystal.
Tyrone don't want you. So what you need to do, accept it and move the fuck on. The nigga don't want you, he don't want you.
Yeah.
And you can't force dark skin on black men.
Right, and then here's the thing. Once
these niggas don't fuck with that color, leave these niggas alone. Count your losses. Go with a Jose. Go with a Brad. Leave niggas alone. You can't force them to like that.
And then once you run over there, they're gonna ask you to come back home. Cause I want you to stay here and let me abuse you. Just like abusers. They don't really let their wives leave. If you abuse and hitting a woman, why you don't just leave her? You get what I'm saying? So they'll abuse you and stuff, but you gotta keep your black ass over here. Jose don't want you either. Jose's like, yes, I do. She has stronger genes. She's beautiful. They're the opposite, so they see the beauty.
This is the thing with Jose. Because I have one here. He was a tenant of mine. He was in his late 20s. He might be watching this right now. And I got a chance to get inside his brain. And he was a white Jose. He was one of them white Puerto Ricans. You know, the Spaniard bloodline. But he was Puerto Rican. And he said, he didn't speak that much English. And he said, yeah, I like the morena, but like, she gotta be like your color. I don't like, I don't like dark.
Yeah.
That's what he said. I was like, wow, Jose.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, you nice color, I like, but I don't like dark.
They don't like it too dark. I had a man tell me that he was walking past me in the street.
Everybody can have their
I didn't stop to
preference.
see it. It was some old Spanish man. He was like, you're pretty, but you're just so dark. I was like, who asked you? I don't know you. I'm coming to the store to get some hair color. Like, he came out his way to tell me that. And I noticed that with the men.
He was trying to humble you. He was trying to humble you.
Yeah, but I'm not talking to you. I'm just a lady walking to the store.
And
But
I
see,
don't
that's
see why
how
you would be
evil they
offended
are.
because you on the caramel side. You like a deep caramel.
What did
So
you
if I
say
was
back
you, I
to
would
him?
like, oh my God. If you think I'm dark, you should.
Yeah, but if I
you should see
wasn't,
Wesley
if I
Snipes.
wasn't,
Oh, if you think I'm dark, you should see Eddie Murphy. You should have said that.
yeah, but see, I'm not the type to laugh because I'm not dark. The thing is, if I was dark, that he's still talking about me, and these are my people you're talking about. So even if I'm not dark, you're still talking about my people, and I'm still offended. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know you. Why are you telling me that? These are my people you're talking about. If I don't stand up for my people, who will? I'm not going to run away and be like, at least I'm not dark. No, those are my people. You keep your mouth shut. If you don't like dark, you stay over there.
And
Keep
my
sucking
thing,
on your Oreo
is this,
pudding.
right? Cleo, we got different fathers. But we both, your
She said, I don't like ignorance.
I know your father.
Pitch black.
Or whatever. Your father is real dark, right? So you got an African father, I got an African grandfather. So we got dark motherfuckers in our bloodline. You know what I'm saying? I got Nigerian blood, and your father was from the Ivory Coast. So we got African, we both of us got African grandfathers for a fact. But my thing is this, Cleo, we come from a line of dark-skinned motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's on our paternal side. If it weren't for our paternal side, I know I'd probably be lighter because on our mother's side we got white.
Yeah.
White.
Like grandma was high. Grandma was high yellow.
Yeah, it's because mom like
but my
dark
thing,
skin.
grandma was like an off high yellow. She was like an off white high yellow. She was like a vanilla high yellow. You know.
Yeah,
like
and remember they get darker.
She was like a Lena Horne type color.
Yeah, and as they get older, they get a little bit darker. But she's a white lady for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But this is my thing, Cleo. Right. I really do think that dark skinned women, they do try to humble brown skinned women a lot by calling them dark skinned as well. And I don't know why they do that. And some of them go like this. Oh, but and I've seen a dark skinned woman say this to the brown skinned women. They'll go, "Oh, you're almost my color. You're not that much lighter than me. You're like one shade away."
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That bitch is like 3 shades lighter than you. You talking about? No, she's not.
Yeah. Grabbing you by the arm. Don't try to run nowhere. You part of this too. I'm like, and you know what's funny? They'll bring it up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
This colorism conversation, sometimes you'll be talking about marshmallows and they bring it up. I can't tell you how many black guys I've been around. We're talking about skateboarding or something like that, and out of nowhere, they're just like, I think white girls are better than black women. I'm like, why? What does this have to do with what we're talking about? You know what I mean? It comes right. For why? Why? I'm not interested in you. You're not interested in me, or maybe you are. Maybe that's why you're humbling me. You don't want to tell me you think you don't want to tell me you think I'm a hottie. You rather just make me feel bad. That's like when you see somebody super attractive, so you try to be mean to them first before they're mean to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you got the ones that say stupid shit.
I would put these people in their place.
Well, you know, I know somebody. Yeah. My friend, she's like around your color. She's like on brown skin side, and I'm looking at them like, what? Like, because I've been light skin my whole life, so I don't know what the fuck you talking about. But I have people trying to humble me.
It's crabs in a barrel.
And you know what? That shit.
You're not
Spanish people do that to black people.
This is
Spanish
crazy.
people do that to black people too.
All the time.
They'll call you chocolate. You be Will Smith color, and they'll call you chocolate. Like, you're looking at them like where?
All the time, right?
Oh boy.
And it's not, and in your mind, being dark ain't bad, or maybe it's or maybe you do, but you know how they're using it.
I've been all shades of my family. This shit does not mean anything to us.
Dark skinned people. But my thing is
exactly. But we understand what these people are doing because we see what's going on.
What gets me mad is being mistreated. Dark skinned people thinking that they could abuse me, or they think I'm weak. Oh, you light skin. You on the light skin side. You weak. You soft. They think I'm soft because I'm lighter. You know what I'm saying? I gotta act aggressive around dark skinned chicks.
You know what's crazy? They'll call a light skinned person soft, but white people are way lighter and they're way more violent. They're way more violent. Half the people that are kidnapped in someone's basement, you're in a white man's basement. Mm-hmm. Serial killers are white. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when it comes to you being black and light, they gotta make you feel bad about it. And can't just let you walk around feeling good about yourself.
With dark skinned women, right? I feel like
I'm tired.
a lot of them be acting extra feminine around me. I don't know what that's about. But I notice a lot of them try to out-feminize me. And I'm looking at them like, I be laughing.
Yes.
That's not hard to do.
Well, yeah, that's what we were discussing earlier. So when you're told you're always aggressive because you're dark, because I've been through it too. They suggable and, oh, you this and that. You know how dark-skinned girls are. So, yeah, they try to act extra feminine because people always portraying them as beastly. And they're not even beastly. These are delicate, soft women. Remember Harriet Winslow? She was such a lady. Yeah. Such a lady.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you something. I had this one chick, right? I don't fuck with her because she was disrespectful, but she said some shit about the weight thing one time. And I'm in shape this and I'm in shape that. And I said, yeah, you got to do it like you dog. I didn't mean to say it.
Yeah.
But she was getting on my nerves. And you know what I
Yeah.
said? I said, oh, I ain't got to do all that.
You do
Yeah, but in the
now.
black
You
community, what
should.
do they always like?
I
Thick
know
and light
she got
skin. That's always
mad.
the thing.
Cause we're talking about Tyrone. We were still talking about
Mhm.
Tyrone and shit like that. And she was trying to act like Tyrone still want her. She was chasing her down the street. And I was like, and Tyrone was like, oh, you this, you that. She was like, yeah, Tyrone was going all over me. He was like, you in shape. Because I know she knew that was getting on my nerves. So she was like, you're in shape.
Yeah.
Yes, this, that. And I said, damn, that's crazy because I ain't got to do all that. She got quiet.
Yeah.
She got,
Because you already, you don't
she
have to.
got
You already
mad
got.
quiet.
Yeah, because you got the complexion for the protection. She has to make up for not having that because she cares enough to. She don't got to do all that, but she chooses to feed into the rhetoric and the rigmarole. She chooses to feed into that.
Like Tyrone,
Yeah.
he don't like this nigga that called up the phone just now, talking all that shit about in shape,
Yeah.
this and in shape. I know he's another nigga with that in shape bullshit. Not down here, baby. If you short and you red with a fat ass, that's all. Goddamn in shape, nothing. Glass and a fat ass, and you caramel or peanut butter or my yellow.
Crystal
You run
Swirlz.
shit down here.
You do not. You don't run shit. You don't run shit, and you don't have an hourglass. You need to stop with that delusion. You need to stop with that delusion. Your fat ass is in Florida. I know you scared.
And he knows that. So he tried to get under my skin with that in shape bullshit. I was laughing.
Yeah.
Because the niggas down here, they'll tell you in a minute. I get them running up on me all the time. Damn. Oh, I like that. I like extra meat. Oh, what's your name? You're red. You're red. They call me red down here. They call me red.
Yeah.
They be like, I like a thick red bone. That's what they say. I like a thick red bone. If they can't get a white girl, they want a thick red bone. So he ain't hurt my feelings, sweetheart. I'm very much desirable in my community.
No, you're. You're very much desired in your community. Yeah, okay. Oh my, I'm not. Yeah, projects right across the street.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the white man's community, but then again, Brad, fuck Brad. Brad don't approach any fucking way. You got bitches in shape
You're too ratchet.
that are complaining. How come Brad doesn't approach us? So I don't give a fuck about that other shit. Okay?
Yeah.
You're
But I
too
think that's why
ratchet.
a lot of dark-skinned women got a problem with me because I'm at the top of the food chain in the black community. Okay?
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, that's how it is. Tyrone like what he like.
Well, if you were the top of the food chain in your community, how come you're working? Well, you're working because part of your probation. But why are you constantly needing a roommate? Why couldn't you keep the postman on that $40 a week auto pay for them groceries? Because that's not two. If you're so desired, how come you didn't have four, five, six, seven, eight, nine? How come you didn't have a different birthday boo for your whole birthday month? What's August got? 30, 31 days? You should have had 30, 31 different dates for your whole birthday month. Applebee's here, Chili's over there, maybe the Waffle House over here, McDonald's one day, Burger King the next. You're so desired.
Tyrone like thick
Yeah.
bones, or in a white community,
And he don't-
I'm obese.
and he
But in the
doesn't
black community,
apologize.
I'm just fine in the black community.
Yeah. He doesn't apologize for it either. He better not say nothing.
That's the
Say he'll
Waffle
turn it around
House.
on you. Well, you know, guys.
Yeah, nothing's wrong with any of those restaurants I just named, but if the top notch restaurant for her is Applebee's, I can't do nothing but go down. She ain't gonna get no chop house. She's not gonna get no Benihana's, no no place that serves that tomahawk steak. Ruth Chris. She ain't gonna get none of that. Her her 5-star restaurant to her is Applebee's.
I do it. No, well, it's because of you. No, I didn't make you do nothing. That's how you are. You just don't want to take accountability, and you don't want the party to end. Because if we start holding y'all accountable, and everyone holds you
Taco
accountable,
Bell
the
with
party
Jose.
ends. If you don't want the party to end, you're having a good old time. You're getting away with stuff. Other men are letting you get away with it. Girls are the pick-me's let you get away with it. Everyone's letting you have your way.
I gotta clip that part.
He's not gonna let you stop his party.
210.
Well,
Not at all.
listen, as much as Tyrone go with these other races, okay, because I on my birthday, I
Here we
I
go.
got taken out on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I remember.
Bitch, stop lying. She think that her video's still up. No, you took it down because you got so much backlash. Don't talk about you think it's still up. You took that video down. Let's hear you lie.
Tyrone, right? You should have seen all the Beckys. All the Beckys were breaking their neck. Even the Uber driver looked at mad. Like, oh my God, those niggas are going back to their race. And
Well, see, Olive Garden, I'll put that under. I'll put that along with Applebee's.
I think Becky kind of figured it out. She said, "Yeah, Tyrone liked the peanut butter ones. He liked the high yellow black girls, and he liked the peanut butter black girls." And
I knew she'd be delusional. No, they were looking at what the fuck just walked in. Them big ass hips. That's what they were looking at. Maybe one of them might have been like, whatever you're getting ready to say right now, but they're probably looking at what the hell just walked in.
and a caramel.
Yeah.
So she figured
Yeah,
that
'cause
shit
it's
out.
Yeah.
And shit, because
She thinks it.
Becky, see Tyrone, the ones that he don't really fuck with is let's keep it real.
I like
Tyrone don't
Olive Garden.
really fuck with the dark one. He fuck with the
Yeah, that's what I told you.
That's what I'm trying to say. And everybody getting mad at me. I'm just telling you what my experience is down here. I even had that dude that I was telling you about on the phone or whatever.
Yeah.
Postman said it. Yeah, we like the reds. We like the reds, the caramels, and the high yellow ones. We like the reds and the yellows. He said it.
Yeah.
And I just was like, wow.
We didn't hear it.
I got out the horses.
And that's what I've been seeing up here.
We didn't hear
I've been
it.
seeing up here. They're either with a brown or lighter. You know?
That's fucked up.
If it's a darker girl, she's usually with a dark guy who's from the West Indies or he's Haitian or something. You know what I mean?
And then
But he got a light
dark
skin
ones,
because
even
they don't
in the thing,
care.
and I know I've had white men. My ex Terry, he probably dead by now because he fought in Vietnam. He's in his late 70s by now. He's in his late 70s by now. But that nigga told me back when I was dating him back in 2012, 2011, he told me, he was like, yo, he was like, I like the, you know, I don't really like the dark black girls. I like the, you know, the ones your color. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I couldn't believe a white man said that, like, and I was right around.
And you know what? Why he said it, Crystal? Knowing you probably started that conversation just to make yourself feel good. Because you had to think, why is he with me? And he probably, you know, it was probably your color. Because, well, oh, girl, you make me sick.
You know, damn. So years later, fast forward a few years later, when I started listening to YouTube, and I'm hearing all this shit about, oh, we're Brad's preference, dark-skinned women. Brad prefers dark-skinned women. I'm like, I don't know about that. Because who he had up in a big house?
Here we go.
Which is my color up
Right.
here.
Here we go.
Who he had in the fields? I'll wait.
Here we go.
He had the dark ones in the fields. So listen.
See, dark women over there, you thought she was on your side, and here she's about to tell you that she's not. Not really. She'll say whatever to make, you know, for the live stream, whoever's on the phone, who she's talking to. But now she's about to show you once again her true colors about your color.
When I talk like that, it's not to be spiteful or mean, but when these dark-skinned women try to come for me because I'm on a plus side, and oh, you're not Brad's type. Brad likes some dark. He don't like no yellowish girl that's big and that girl. Yes the fuck he do. Cause the original Mammy, he had them. If the Mammies was in the house, right? You a house nigga, right? And you breastfeeding Brad's baby. It wasn't. They show it to be a dark skinned woman, but yo, the one breastfeeding his babies, it was a bitch my color, plus size, okay, Creole looking bitch. It wasn't no goddamn dark woman. They was in the fields.
Well,
I guess she didn't see the original Gone with the Wind with Rhett Butler.
remember they understood that the darker, the more nutrient dense the they associate darker skin with better health. So as far as aesthetics, they'll go with light skin, but as far as the health and stuff, that's why I said they'll mate with us.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these black
Answer the phone.
with their white counterparts. But he called me a nigger. But he married you. He had kids with you. He called right because he wants the kids to be healthy. He don't give a damn about you.
Mm-hmm.
He wants his bloodline. You know.
And we got this girl named Scarlett, right? Scarlett is, I don't know what her problem is. She used to call into the show. She don't call in no more. But you should hear the private conversations that me and that girl be having. If you was to hear the conversation that me and Scarlett have, it would really bother you. You know.
What do y'all talk about?
I can feel comfortable talking with brown skin girls and lighter. I can't be myself with the dark skin one. Because I can't say the things I want to say.
You have before.
Even if I get a girl that's darker than me by a few shades, I can say stuff like, yeah, girl, you can wear blonde, or let's go makeup shopping, and we can talk about red lipstick and shit. And then, and I got to remind them, even though I'm lighter than them, I got to say, listen, you down with me. Don't start acting stupid and talking, and I'll remind them, I'm like, you know you're not dark skin, right? And they'll laugh, and they'll go, and they'll be like, Crystal, colorist. And I'm like, I'm not being colorist, I'm just saying, why you, girl.
Yeah, she's obsessed with complexion.
Like, why are you giving up your privilege? And they get quiet and they be like, girl, you let these motherfuckers get to you. I'm like, girl, you don't act dumb. When we get around a dark skin girl, please don't team up on me. Please don't do that. And they start laughing because they guilty of that. They will join forces with the dark skin girl and they will let the dark skin girl call them dark skin.
Dark skin. You see, I noticed that, but you gotta remember, people like to pretend they don't see things. Mm-hmm. They rather call you crazy and be like, oh, you don't know what you... They see it. They just don't want to talk about it. They want it to go unsaid. That's why it's hard, because I'm a big mouth. Like, when I tell people stuff and I be, like, straightforward about stuff, they're like, oh, you saying too much. I'm like, no, you mad because I'm pulling it out. Because you fit the
script on them, because situations like that. When I stop to see them with they bullshit,
Dan must have ran off with the dark skinned woman like Dan did.
She's like torn in the middle. So what I do,
Crystal claims he's with a white girl.
Like if the dark skinned girl tries to make her joint alliances with her and go against me, I'm like, girl, you brown skinned. You got a nice. I'm like, you brown skinned. You in the same. We in the same. We in the same category. You even though I'm peanut butter, you in the same category as me. And then she'll look uncomfortable looking at the dark skin girl. Because I already know the dark skin girl would have slapped that dark skin label on her. And I'm like, no, bitch. She's not down with you, bitch. Because they try to...
And she's not... Yeah. And she's not doing it for the right reasons. She's not doing it for the right reasons. No.
Because a lot of these brown skin girls, they don't got... They pussies. They don't got no voice of their own. They let the dark skin girl dictate what they are. And I'm like, girl, you're not dark skin. Stop.
Maybe they don't care, Crystal.
Right. And that's what that girl was doing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't mind. I was like, okay, but I the way she did it, and I know the history of it.
There is no complexion privilege amongst black women in 2026. I hope her manager is a dark-skinned black woman. I hope so, too.
I just know how I know Negroes be up to. I'm one of you. I've been around you since forever. I know what you're doing. I'm not stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what y'all are doing. What's wrong with dark skin? Y'all, I see what y'all are doing.
I wouldn't be surprised
trying to get their
if she
numbers
was
up
Cleo.
Cling on to brown skin girls.
Yeah.
And if they could convince
Come
them,
over here.
if they could convince them that they're dark skinned, they won. They won.
Yeah. And if we don't mind sitting with you, we just know what you're up to. That's all we're saying. I know what you're up to.
Honestly, I want this whole colorism shit to go away. I really do.
Bullshit. No, you don't.
I wish it
Because
never
it's so
existed. And it hurts me to my soul to talk like this sometimes.
Bull.
Yeah.
But you gotta understand, I've been abused by dark skinned women. A
Here
lot
we
of them
go.
abuse me.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And
If you really wanted to stop, you would heal from it and stop bringing it up.
I gotta be the bigger person and overlook that shit.
You ain't
And
overlooking
still
it.
try to fight for their cause, you know? I still fight for their cause.
Yeah.
When I see a dark
But
girl
you're
be
not
abused, or somebody says a dark skin joke, or they say some dumb shit, I'd be like, yo, that shit ain't cute, man. That's not cool.
Yeah, me too.
And I be like, dark skinned women, you know that they original. We all came from them. I be sticking up for them.
No, you don't.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because when I look at a dark skinned woman, I feel like I'm looking at God. I feel like I'm looking at God. I'm looking at God.
Yeah. So how the fuck you think I would feel like if I die one day and I see a dark face pop up and rise up out of the ashes and it's the divine mother feminine? I'd be shitting bricks.
Sitting her breasts on
She'd
the
be
top
like, bitch,
of your
you
head.
going to hell with your peanut butter ass. You thought you was better than me? No, I don't know you. And she ain't gonna never be able to say that about me because I always defended dark skinned women. Even when they abused me, I defended them.
No, you don't.
Right.
I really don't understand why they let these niggas dictate their self-worth. I couldn't be dark skinned. I'd be a bitch.
Because they want that. People that act like that are pick me. That's why a certain someone I know, she's young blonde, but they always treat her, but she'll always prefer them and, embarrass. The girls that like to embarrass other women when they get in front of men.
Talking to the phone.
All of a sudden they fall. So, if you them type of women, the ones they like to embarrass you when there's a group of men around. Just like men, they want to show off when, those are the types. All of a sudden your hair is messed up. All of a sudden you have a stain on your teeth. Or if you have something on your face, they're not going to tell you. Those are the types. And I met those types a lot.
And another thing that, I'm not going to just get on dark skinned women. Brown skinned women could be jealous too. I've had brown skinned women jealous that I'm peanut butter. I know this sounds weird, but that's how petty they could get.
Yeah.
And they treat me like shit, because they be like, damn, she's light enough to be called light skinned. And they take it out on me. I'm like, bitch.
Or if you put on a wig, if you put on a softer texture wig, you can easily turn into a Latina. A light Latina. Latinas are dark too.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Cleo, stop getting on gaslighting. No, Cleo. No, Cleo.
Yep.
The thing, right?
That's what it is.
I was just thinking that, Moonstone.
It could have went away, but Tyrone stopped it. He blocked it. Listen.
I was just thinking that.
If he would have jumped on board and did the same thing black women were doing, and putting dark skinned women in the videos and the movies and queens, all this shit could have went away already.
But they're not do that because that's not fun for them, and that's not what they really want.
Yeah.
That's not what they want.
I don't know why they don't want that.
Because brighter skin is more appealing to them. That's why it just looks less. I don't know. It looks less masculine to them.
Imagine if Imagine if black
they
women
see it as first.
Listen, and I know this is fucked up, and I hate to be a fucked up motherfucker, but I am who I am. Imagine if we did this shit to Tyrone, the colorism thing. Yo.
Oh yeah. Oh, they would become violent. They would be violent. Beating up. women that treated them like that. I'm telling you that right now. They would be violent.
Exactly, Moonstone. Exactly.
Imagine, just 1 second, right?
Yeah.
Let me fuck with you. Listen, imagine if you could only get pussy and you could only get money and resources based on your skin color as a black man. And the closer you look to the white man, the better you get treated. Imagine if we did this shit to them. But instead of doing that to them, what did we do? We felt sorry for them. We coddled them. We said, oh, dark-skinned black men and dark-skinned black men are in. And putting them as the lead role in the movies and the videos. And we didn't make them feel, no. We didn't make them feel the fire. They made us feel the fire. We didn't make. Imagine if black women drugs black women with Arab niggas, Puerto Rican niggas, Egyptian niggas, white niggas. Yo, they feelings would be fucking hurt.
That's why I'm telling you,
when I go to Walmart, right? When I go to Walmart, I be envisioning, I be in my head. I be like, it's hard because I'm so mad at black women. Because what I want these dumb black bitches to do, and I have to call them that because that's what they are. They're dumb. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I want them to divest in droves and go with other races of men. Any Puerto Rican, any Hispanic, any white man, any goddamn Indian, grab that nigga up and act like black men. Do them the way they did your dumb ass.
Now, why did you think about that when it was your birthday, Crystal?
That's what I want.
But now here's the thing.
And I'm in a fucking South. And these dumb black bitches are stupid
She's naming
as fuck.
all the men she felt
All
to
these niggas
attract.
got white
Puerto
women out
Rican
here.
walk
All of them is booed up with white
Get away
girls.
from her,
You go to
yes.
Walmart, all you see is dumb black bitches pushing a shopping cart with no man, looking stupid.
Yeah, she wants all the black men to herself. She's trying to make all the She's trying to wipe out the competition. That's true. So, as a woman in my 40s, I can say that huge part of the attractiveness for middle-aged women's good skincare and being a good-hearted person. Absolutely.
I'm so sick of black women get on my fucking nerves.
Do we?
Right. Well, here's the thing. Black women are more motherly. Because think about it. In the white race, the nature of a white woman, if it was the same thing in her race, she would treat the men accordingly. Because look how white women are now. When a man is poor and he can't do enough, what does she do? She moves on really quick. She don't sit there and wait like us.
She don't know how to wear it.
Black people are too patient and too nice. You let everybody borrow our stuff, act like us, dress like us, and then they don't really include us on the real money. They don't let you include. They don't include you in anything. So black people are already passive. You know what I mean? And black men for them is more of a.
Another thing that get on my nerves, I can't even say that because other races of men, you know, I think if we gave them the time of day, they would fuck with us. But Brad is horrible. Brad don't approach. Brad don't want to lose his white privilege. You know what I'm saying? But Jose is open to it, and these, you know, a couple of other races.
Brad don't want you.
Brad is on some bullshit.
Brad don't want you.
Approach black women and help them out a little bit. You will see more black men than white men.
Right, but and then the other thing is too, some white men, they don't want to deal with the mean black woman because you know the angry black woman is a stereotype.
You sure did, Cleo.
Used against me when I was angry, but I'm right. But it does go for some of them are just like I said, snappy and impatient, or they'll insult you off the back and make you feel stupid. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes they see that. Because like I said, I get in some of these TikTok lives and I'm innocent. I'm just asking a question and they calling me stupid or why you don't know this? You mad dumb. I'm like, why am I dumb? Because I don't understand crypto. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes that's what turns them off. Or they're afraid of being, you know.
Y'all are both right, Klingon and Moonstone. Crystal, I don't know. I guess she thought her big ass would carry her far, but you gotta have more than that.
I think what a lot of these non-black men.
And she picked the wrong wigs to wear.
He cares what his family thinks about him. He cares what. Yup, that's what it is. That's why they don't approach black women because they care what people think about them. Tyrone don't give a fuck. Tyrone approached Becky. You be seeing them goddamn videos on TikTok when a girl is struggling with the water and Tyrone come up and start flirting with the white girl. Brad don't do that. Brad don't. I think Brad is scared that Tyrone gonna beat his ass. He's scared that Tyrone gonna beat him up.
It depends on the type. It depends on the type of white guy too, because you have white men that understand the power of black skin and the power of melanin. So that's why they'll get with you. And then you got some of them, they don't care what the other whites think. I'm already a white man. I'm at the toppiest top of
Brad
the
doesn't want her with her health problems, custody issues. No man does. That's why Postman showed up with 2 plates of food and peace off.
Publicly, but in private, they'll do you. It's different types.
They don't approach you. Generations are more strict when it comes to weight.
And
you
you're right,
don't
Cleo.
make
That's
the
a good
cut,
point.
bitch.
And you got some white men that behind closed doors. And this is a scary part. Because we had a video of a girl that was in a car, and the brat was crazy as hell. He was speeding. He was calling her names, and she texted to the phone because her hands were shaking. She was scared. She was like, "I'm never dating a white man again." And then all the niggas in the comment section, I think the video's still up. All the niggas in the comment section turned to her. "What you coming to us for? You wanted a white boy, right? But you got one. We told you they crazy. Oh shit, you about to get cut up and found in the woods." They was going ham on her ass. And you could tell she was really scared.
And that's not,
huh?
They still sound like idiots because what's happening is you made it so hard for us at home that we ventured outside the house. That's like those parents, they'd be like, if you think it's so much easier, get out the house. But they're making it unbearable at home. And then when you're out in public and you see how bad it is. So it's like, well, I can't come back home. You're not nice to me either. But you're laughing at me because I had to get away from you. And you're like, well, you ain't going to find no better. And look what happened to you. No, it's not look what happened to you. You made it unbearable at home.
And this is the thing. When Tyrone go with Becky and Becky turned crazy and Tyrone ended up in a jail situation, black women, we give him a free pass. But Tyrone
heart problems and diabetes.
Tyrone will not do that for us.
Not to mention pissy
That's why I say black women are motherly, very forgiving. But you got hilarious. They're not forgiving, they'll check you. But a lot of women, they're forgetting. They're like, come on home, and he's just being silly. Come back on home. What do you mean come back home?
Yo, they see you with a listen. When Tyrone see you with when Tyrone see you with a white nigga, they get they get mad. And you know who else is tiptoeing? Eminem. Eminem, the rapper. He cannot say the word nigga. Have you ever really studied that nigga? He don't never say the word nigga. He always pay homage. He knows that he's culturally appropriating. So what does he do? He gives shout outs to LL Cool J, Run DMC. He pays respect. You don't think Eminem be tiptoeing around these niggas?
No.
He be tiptoeing.
See, but the thing too with the dating outside the race, black women they date white women for a different reason than black men date white women. You know what I'm saying? Usually some black white men, they just want to have a nice life. And they don't have nothing, so they'll get with a white woman. Same thing they do with us. But when a black woman gets with a white man, it's because our own race ain't providing. It's not normal to go to households. Because over here, even on my block, these people are homeowners, but the wives own the houses.
Oh, yeah, that pee bucket. You say you on the walks. Yeah, the pee bucket video is still up.
The wives pay for everything.
She showed it to us.
So why? That's why we leave.
And this is the thing. This is the thing with the white man, right? Like white women. I mean, it might have to come to this because Top Shelf Todd is not budging. I think if black women, if you want a white man, you might have to settle a little bit because. The reason why I say that is
no, you settle. You settle. Don't be telling women to settle. No. Not with any man of any race.
the That's probably the only white man that's gonna act a little right. Cause the ones when they got resources and they act like they be acting some type of
30
way.
minutes to an
But
hour
when
daily
it's a little
exercise,
when
good
it's a little
skin
bit
care
one,
routine, good hair
you got more than
routine,
them,
dress
or you doing a
nicely,
little bit better
light
than that white
makeup can
man,
fix
he gonna
anything.
treat you nicer. I noticed that.
Yeah, because you got to keep your enemies close.
And I'm not promoting white women. I'm not telling black women to settle or get bottom shelf Brad. But what I'm saying is, top shelf Todd, he be acting the fuck up. I'm sorry. And a lot of black women need to understand, bottom shelf. Like you get these white men.
That's because your top shelf Todd didn't work out. Wasn't he the one we found out what might have been gay and was sent over by the manosphere?
They work a construction job. They drive a bus. You might have to settle for that type of white man. You're not gonna get the Mercedes Benz nigga right. Yup.
You
So
won't.
when black women get over, because you don't see Tyrone doing that. Tyrone ain't saying, "Oh, she's white, so I got to get the white person with a lot of money." Tyrone is going with bottom shelf Becky. She fat as fuck,
Right.
and he getting in where he fit in.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We do it for different reasons. Because Tyrone is he's not economically staying where he's supposed to. But shout out to the black men. There's a lot of black men out there. They support their black family and take care of them because they're the kind of black men they don't embarrass themselves. You got some black men that understand they're not going to embarrass the family, you know?
And let's not talk about when Tyrone fuck with us. Becky be mad. Can we talk about this? Like when Tyrone, listen, when Tyrone be with Becky, because I even when I went out on my birthday, I had this Tyrone. He kept looking over at me, and because the Tyrone had taken me out on my birthday, and there was a Tyrone, a young Tyrone.
Oh, you said that was G. Top Shelf Todd was the one who stayed over in China gay. Okay. Well, she actually in one of her live streams admitted that her and Top Shelf Todd did get together once, and they were supposed to get together again, but he supposedly made up some kind of excuse, and she was kind of mad about it. Let's not forget Noah, the 20-year-old too. She was cheesing about him too. There's so many of them, but they never last. But yet she's the preference. She finally admitted that she went on a date with a black man for. She finally admitted that she went. Moonstar, have you not seen the video? Have you not seen the video? Cause they went out for her birthday. She got a $100 gift card. I think that went towards the phone that he bought her. And then they hung out a few more times at her house. As she puts it, she used him, he used her, whatever. He pumped and dumped. That's the real story. The birthday. I believe that was a postman. She took that video down, but I still have it up.
Sitting across from his Becky. You know what I'm saying? And he kept looking at me like, "Oh."
Okay, you
saw
it.
He seemed surprised because I guess he's thinking, "Damn, all the black men are going with white girls." So when he seen a black man going with his own kind, he was looking like, "Damn, where he find her?" Like you could tell he was second guessing. You could tell he wanted. He's like, "Damn, I'm gonna go with my own race too, but I'm doing what everybody else is doing."
No, that's not what he was saying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why she think people are looking at her like, "Ooh, I want some of that." They're like, no, they're looking like, "What the fuck?" Crystal Swirlz. You got goggles on, girl. You're a huge ass woman. It don't matter, black, white, purple, green. You're a huge ass person that probably need 2 seats on a plane. You are going to get looked at, and it's not about a, "Ooh, I want some of that." It's a, "Ooh, what the fuck?" That's what it is.
This is a fad now. Just like the BBL shit. We don't know what's going on with black men's minds, but trust me, we did something that made them so hurt that they divested in droves or whatever. So, but this gonna happen because a lot of these biracials are in foster care. This is a temporary, spiteful thing that Becky, it's mostly fat Becky doing this shit.
Yeah.
She's mad because Brad has standards that she don't meet, so she going with Tyrone, and Tyrone is fucking all these fat white bitches. But what's gonna happen is Tyrone is eventually gonna come home.
And you waiting
He gonna
for
come
him.
home and he gonna act like this shit never happened.
And you waiting.
You gonna have all these biracials in foster care, and he want black women to act like they caught amnesia in 2030. Nah, nigga, we remember. We remember 2021.
Yeah, no, and you're correct. And you're correct because they do that in relationships when they cheat. Stuff they want you to forget. Oh, that was last year. Oh, but just because it was last year doesn't mean you're still not that same person. You still did it. You know what I mean? Especially when you haven't changed, you're still showing the same behavior.
Talking to the phone, Cleo. Sound far away.
Yeah, they want you to forget about things and be like, that's the past. It's not the past. You're still that person. You just want me to forget. You think time is going to make me forget. Don't make me forget. Mm-hmm. The fact that you did it shows me your mentality. But you're not sorry that you did it. You're sorry you got caught up.
And let's talk. And this is the thing. Let's talk about
he was probably looking at how foolish she was acting.
It's so fucking weird because
was
Becky,
loud and
it's like you be minding your
That
business.
too,
You be
Cleo.
ignoring them. You ordering your food or whatever the fuck it is you doing, and they.
Yeah, cause she was like, "Say hi, nigga. Say hi, nigga. Say hi, nigga."
You can see they looking over at you like, look at us. Are you mad? Like, what? Get the girl. I go all the time with Tyrone and his fucking Becky.
That's what I tell you they be doing at the club. They do it at the club. When they got the white girls at the table or if they're around, all of a sudden I'm the pariah. I'm the, what's that jigaboo doing over here?
Yes, Moonstone.
You just a dark man.
Steve Harvey or Russell Wilson?
I don't know. I've had different experiences. I got Tyrone that's looking over like, look at me. I got a white girl. And then you got the type that they feel guilty or you could tell he feels like, nah, I still.
Is it Tyrone saying, I got a white girl? Really? Which means you're looking over there because you're bothered by what you see. You're bothered. Oh boy. Black, white, whatever. If I'm not interested, I'm not looking your way to see what you're doing, who you're talking to, or anything. It don't matter the race. If I'm not interested in you, I'm not worried about what you're doing or who you're with.
I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? He got that. You could pick that energy up from him. Like, nah, I'm just fucking with this white girl. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? You get that type, and then you get that energy oozing off of Becky where she looks nervous. Like, oh my God, that one is a little on the peanut butter side. Isn't that what Tyrone likes? Oh my! And all of a sudden you
Becky ain't saying that.
You become competition. But if I was dark-skinned, she would not be threatened by me. I noticed that. Because Becky knows about the colorism thing.
She's fully, listen, white people know everything that's going on. They may not look around you, they know everything that's going
everyone else but her knows how she claims that black men like her because she's light-skinned, BBW, but she's still getting pumped and dumped. Yep.
They know what's going on. Looking at the pandemonium.
Yeah.
But don't do that with the top shelf menu. That's
right. She wouldn't care whether or not they preferred her.
I mean, even a white redneck stick to they.
Imagine being on a date and watching another man.
Right. You saw my fool. Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying there's different levels of it too. Because even with the rednecks, you don't see them talk to no Negroes. They be like, you gotta keep your black ass back. You know what I mean? So it's just these people, they doing it for stupid reasons.
Insecurity.
Because most of the time, white women, they have higher sex drives. They're just more sexual. You know what I mean?
I think Tyrone.
And see the thing with that Tyrone that was with that Becky, she was looking at like, damn, they're out and about together, you know. Whereas Postman, her and Postman were out too, but she couldn't show him because of his baby mama. And I bet they went to an Applebee's far away from their usual environment where baby mama might run into them or see some people. I bet they went to some. They passed up a couple Applebee's. And she definitely will start probably remind Postman why he ghosted her to begin with. Exactly, man. He pumped and dumped, and I think what she wanted $80 in grocery. He talked her down to 40, and still didn't get the turkey burger or something that she wanted off that list. And that lasted what? He probably gave her groceries 2, maybe 3 weeks, and that was over. Over.
I think Becky feels more comfortable using the N word than Brad does.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have known what they had, what they ordered on her birthday. But I bet she didn't show us, and she didn't tell us because we would have figured out. Oh, he did the 2 for 20. He did the 2 for 20.
Because those black women that they date white men in private, I don't think that Brad, he knows better than to use the N word on a black woman. But Becky goes ham. Becky goes ham with that word.
Well, she can go ham. You know why? Because when in a relationship with a black man and a white woman, she's usually in charge. She's running the household. When she says go, when she says fart, you're allowed to fart. I don't care how bad you gotta let it out. When I say that's when you can do it. That's unless she got her an abusive title.
Yeah, she was mad.
Like an NFL player.
Yeah.
They'll throw a white girl.
She had him on auto pay.
I just don't like the fact that, even though you don't know these people from a can of paint, whenever you see a Becky with a top on, it could even be you're across the street, you far across on the other side of the street. It's like you can feel the energy coming from both of us. Like they feel intimidated by you because they think you're going to be mad at them. They think that you're supposed to want to fight or you're going to get an attitude. Like they don't understand.
We don't care. And half the time, those black guys that are with white girls, those are the lames. We don't want the lames. You can have that, just like you're the lame in the white community. You're too fat. You're too this. We don't really want him. He's corny anyway. He's the type to be a cop and harass other. Yeah, he's the type to become a cop so he can harass other black people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And
you're weirdos.
I got another thing to say. All of those dark-skinned women that were undesirable in the black community. They were on the skinny side. They didn't have a big butt. They were dark-skinned. In the black community, they're nothing. But in the white community, they are at the top of the food chain. And I tried to explain, girl, you in shape. White people love that chocolate shit. Like, but in the white community, I'm not all that. But in the black community, I'm all that. I know it sounds weird, but it's true.
Because that's what they value. And in the white community, they understand the value of melanin. That's why they kidnap so many people. You don't think all these gentrifiers are eating people? Go to the Trader Joe's and the Whole Foods. You don't see white people buying chicken like that. You see nothing but fruits and vegetables in their carts. You get what I'm saying? They know the value of melanin.
Yeah.
But black people are supposed to run away from the melanin. The melanin got you in slave chains. It got you this, it got you that. You can't get a job. No one likes it. People think you're aggressive. You're running away from it. But white people know it's more valuable than gold. That's why even the most racist man, he could hide it and still date a black woman.
Would you ever notice when white people, you notice how happy they get when they get a tan? And I noticed this from the time I was a little girl because all the things our mother taught us, the white man this and the white man that. And then when I go to Jones Beach, when we used to go to Jones Beach before you was born, Cleo, I see these white people baking in the sun. And I look, and I'm like, and I said to my mother one time, I said, "Mommy, she's almost my color." And my mother just smiled at me. And I was like, wow. And it didn't make any sense to me. It didn't make any sense.
Because they understand the power of color. They want to be your color. They understand that you live longer, you don't get as sick.
Talking to the phone.
Violent. They know because when you have color, you're not as violent, you're healthier, you're stronger. They know that.
And they be happy. You ever seen a white person with a tan? They be looking happy as fuck. When they get out that tanning salon, because they talk all that shit about black people got issues, they don't like being dark, blah 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 blah. But when you look at white people, they be happy when they get that color. They be like, "Oh my God, look at my tan. Do you see? Yeah, I just came back from vacation. Look at me." And I'm like, "Bitch, I'm that color all year round. What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right. Because they know they look healthy now. They look healthy.
Oh my God.
They look like they can live longer. They look like they don't catch these diseases earlier.
But
you get what I'm saying?
I really don't listen, Cleo. I honestly think
about skin cancer.
Like they fucking color.
That's what I just said. They understand the power of melanin. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not. They don't have to necessarily like black people, but if I'm brown, I'm healthy.
You gotta talk. You gotta talk to the phone, sweetie, please.
They understand that being brown is healthy. Do you notice on TV now, and they have a lot of black women saying it? They're saying black women are more likely to die from childbirth. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're fertile as can be. We're not the ones in the eye clinic. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. They know who's who. They know. Yeah, they thought black women are dying, and they got the black women saying that we're dying in the delivery room. We're dying because they're killing you, but not because you're black.
That's crazy.
They're abusing you with delivery. Yeah, just like I told you when I gave birth to my son, they were abusing me and cursing at me and slammed the mask in my face to put me to sleep. And I'm scared because these people are about to do surgery on me that I didn't ask for, and they just calling me bad names. You know? They know who's who. They know what.
They start calling her bad names. Cleo, I'm not saying it's not impossible, but you got some stories.
What your skin is about.
There's a lot of black women out there. They got biracial grandkids, biracial children, biracial nephews and nieces. And I would love to pick their brain out about Becky, because a lot of these Beckys, they dumping their responsibility on black women, and I start to see more black women with these little biracial kids, and I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
So all you black women out there that you got these biracial kids in your family, you might have to end up taking that motherfucking in so it won't end up in foster care.
Yeah.
This is a real issue and a real problem black women need to talk about.
What?
Now, I have a friend named Scarlett, and Scarlett was like, fuck that. Let those biracial bastards go in foster care. I said, what if that was your nephew or your niece? She said, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Scarlett is gangster.
No, you're supposed to have that attitude among.
She's just acting like she don't have a biracial kid in foster care. Well, where is he? Group home. Has she lost her mind? Has she lost her mind? Oh my God.
Once they give you trouble and they happy because they're lighter than you, they get the smoke. But not all of them, because half of them they don't want to be biracial.
Just like CPS had taken on the responsibility of your biracial son. Exactly.
But it really just takes black people not giving a fuck. That's really all it takes.
They call her bad name that she didn't report it. That's what I'm saying. Stories.
Propaganda all the time.
We should not clean up we should not be the cleanup man for Becky and Tyrone. Black woman, that's not. Leave your. I know that's your nephew or your niece, but black women, leave yourselves out of it.
Thank you for the emojis.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
And the likes.
We're going on a walk.
Well, Cleo, it was good talking to you about this topic. You know,
Ooh,
any
please.
last minute things you got to say about this topic
Yeah.
between dark skinned women trying to humble brown skinned women? Do you think this will happen to you again in the future, or you think
It's gonna keep happening. You know, it's gonna keep happening because, like I said, black
Thank you,
people, they don't
Moonstone. Like the
focus on
video,
the real
please,
problem.
y'all.
They focus on the superficial. You know, I've always wondered why black people worry about looks. I can't wear my hair natural; it looks dirty. Why you got your hair like that? How come you care more than the white lady? That white lady don't give a fuck how my hair looks, but you do. You know what I mean? So black people focus on the right shit. Stop focusing on the superficial shit. It's not serving you, and it's pulling you down even further. And be fucking nice. But some of these women, they just so snappy and impatient and got attitudes. And I'm not making it up. I'm talking from experience, and I've had other black women complain about it too. There's no need to be so nasty.
And a
You
lot
know,
of them
that's it.
nasty to us. A lot of them.
Yeah. That's why I don't go for hair services anymore. Spanish women automatically they be acting nasty, but for my own people it's even worse.
I just think as black women, you know, compared to Tyrone, we get treated worse than Tyrone does.
Yeah, because you're a woman. First of all, the world doesn't like
Tyrone's a
women.
man, and he can fall back on his male
Right.
privilege. I think when you a black woman,
Right.
you get the worst treatment. Oh my God! And Tyrone,
You're a woman and you're dark.
He ain't gonna put it. He ain't gonna jump up and say, "Oh, we're both black. I can sympathize." Tyrone just sit there and laugh at you, get treated like shit.
Yeah, because he got his male privilege. Now, if he go vagina and some, you see how some of these trannies, they like, oh shit, this shit ain't no joke. We tried to tell you, motherfuckers.
I have
He's
my
like, now that I'm a
nieces,
girl,
my
he's like,
sister.
damn. He was like, they treat me
Yes,
so
I
bad.
love them
Like,
just
duh.
as much as
You've been
I
knew
love my
that.
fully
Don't
black
play
niece.
stupid.
We're
You've been knew that.
not
But you didn't
raising the
care.
girls in our family to be colorist
Yeah.
trash like
It
their
is.
musty ass
Right.
crystal.
So
Exactly.
separation of black people is very detrimental to the children and to the future. But who cares,
I
right?
got all
As long as
shades
you're
in
not
my
too
family.
dark and this and that, who really gives a fuck, right?
To the dark is dark,
On
to the
that
light is
bullshit.
light.
Yeah.
So Cleo, it was good chopping it up with you. Thank you for making this.
You too. Thank you for having
You know, we
me.
talked for over 2.5 hours, but girl, I love talking with you. It's crazy. I loved it. Thank you for calling in.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye, nephew. Bye. Yeah.
Some by nephew, and deep down, she's probably, you know how Crystal was about black male babies and what she wanted to do with them. Please. She forgot about her own mixed child. Let's close this out.
Yeah, that was my sister. You know, we talked about a few different topics on here, yeah. But back to earlier, you saw that Tyrone called Tony. He tried to make it seem like, you know, black women had contributed more to colorism than black men. I disagree. You know, black men, there's a reason why dark-skinned women try to humble brown-skinned women. Those dark-skinned women, they learned that shit, that humbling shit from Tyrone.
One of your
With the
own
colorism
people's
thing.
colors
They
and
learned that
calling
from him.
dark-skinned women slaves. Yeah.
And
Cleo should
you know,
remember that.
I'm gonna sit back and rewind this live and enjoy it. But yeah, I might do another one later on. It's up to y'all. Whatever topic you want to talk about, all you got to do is go in the comment section and write down.
Tony. No, I don't think she. I doubt she's talking to her son. No, I think this is the guy, like I said earlier, that she called a couple years ago, who bought his mom's house, and she's like, "So your mom? So you live with your mom?" And he's like, "No, my mother lives with me. I bought her house, and she lives with me." I think that's who that is. I think that's the older one who her and her supporters got fired. Yeah, Tony is her. That's the one. Yeah, Tony's her is her oldest son, but Cleo, I don't believe that Cleo is her biological sister. Did she claim that Cleo was? I thought Cleo was just a somebody that called in the show from time to time. Speaking of her son, I wonder how he feels about Angela being taken by CPS. I wonder too. I wonder what Tony's doing. Actually, I do see him from time to time in other people's live streams, and I want to ask him, "Hey, how you doing?" But I people who don't know him, I don't want them to know who he is as far as through her. So I never speak to him. She's been saying that's her. Oh, well, damn, talking to her sister like that. Interesting. She might be just calling it that. Tony's YouTube channel. He hasn't posted a long time, by the way. Is that his channel name? He must have changed it. 'Cause I still know him as like Tony Talks or something like that. But I haven't seen him in a while either. He might have two channels, but I know him as Tony Talks. Let's finish out what Crystal's saying here.
What topic of interest you have, and I might do a live on it. Okay, so go into the comment section after you like, after you share, and you subscribe, and write down what you want my next live to be about, and I'll consider doing it. Okay. Thanks for joining me, everybody.
Hopefully, it's something interesting. She and Cleo talk to each other like they've never met before. That's his username. His channel is I am Tony the Realist. Okay, I've seen that one too. I've seen that one too. But it's probably been about a year since I saw him as Tony Talks. So, yeah. Okay, this was a long one. Whew, 3 hours. Goodness. Ooh wee. He took down all his videos. Oh, okay. I don't blame him. Anyway, thank y'all for the likes, thumbs up, hearts, smiling emojis, and all the other stuff. And I'll see y'all next time. Hopefully, she won't do one tonight, not this long. Whew. I'll see y'all then. Take care.